Hello, viewer. Today it's a Sunday. It is October the 1st, 2023. Autumn, everybody. I am Mr. Brown, and I trust you are all doing very well today. On this evening's stream/podcast, we are discussing the goings on this week in the entertainment and on the social media. It was a week where The Creator was released in theaters. And sad news, folks, the Galactic Star Cruiser was decommissioned. Let's spare a thought. Rest in peace. But, and it's a big but, before we begin, you can find us here on the YouTube. You already know that. But if you prefer your entertainment in the podcast form, we are also on the Spotify. Links, etc., are in the description. So, if you've not shut down for the evening, as I always say, lots to get through, and it's not a slow news week this week, shall we get them guests out? You know it. Let's do it. Of course, we should. Deep breath. First, all the way from the land of the Texas Shire, she is the queen of this channel. She's married, apparently. It's Rennie L.
Hello there.
Hello there. Hello, Rennie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
All the better for having the queen on the channel.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be back.
You
I
can
know
pay
I've
me
had
later.
Shut up. I've
You
just had
good?
a lot of life stuff going on, and as of recently, my schedule has cleared up a bit. So yeah, I'm really good,
Nice.
and it's great to be here. It feels like, I don't know if I want to say coming home, but coming back to my circle of friends that I missed. So it's great to be back.
Lots of like-minded people, I feel.
That's right, and semi-intelligent. So it's nice to have a conversation with
That's
people
me
with a
ruled out
brain.
then.
That's right.
It is. How's T? Is he okay?
Yeah, he's downstairs making lamb for dinner for himself. So
lamb. Oh.
It's not very abundant in America. So that's one thing that was kind of a shock to his system. He's like, where do you get lamb here? I'm like, I don't really think that's big here, man. So he found it on sale.
Marry these Australians, won't you?
I know, but what are you going to do, right? You don't choose who you love.
Perhaps not. Great to have you on, Rennie. Shall we get the next person out?
Let's do it.
Yes. From a VPN far, far away, it's the golden reach-around droid of choice. Here he is, folks. Z3PO.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Brown.
Good evening, Mr. 3PO. How are you?
I'm very good. I suppose you're wondering about my red arm.
No.
Oh.
How did it get red?
Nothing to do with Uncle, is it?
Well, sometimes you friction burn too hard. Anyway, I think we should get another retrobate out here.
Great to have you on, my friend.
Always
Great to have you
welcome.
on. Okay. Who needs ESG point scoring when you've got this man on your team? It's been a while. He's back. We love him. It's the uninspired reviewer. Hello.
Good evening.
Hello, Frenchman.
Yes.
How are you? Bonjour, French man.
Bonjour, mon ami.
Bonsoir. Vous allez bien? J'espère que tout le monde va bien ici. No?
Oh, shut up.
Oui.
Oui. What's he saying?
Oui, omelette, croissant, chocolat.
Oh.
Did you forget?
Tu n'as pas français, huh?
Oh, there you go. That's some pretty good
Eiffel
French.
Tower.
Yeah, I grew up speaking Cajun French, so I still have a little bit. I understand more than I can speak, though.
How's the channel going, mate?
Oh, doing good. I just passed 4,100
Oh, shut
today,
up.
actually. So
Shut up.
Congratulations!
Thank
That's
you, thank you.
awesome.
Shut up. Well
Give
done,
him a
mate.
belly
Well
rub, Brown.
deserved.
Give the kitty a belly rub.
Well, if
Thank you.
listen, if we all meet up, I will gladly give him a belly rub. He deserves it.
That's
Oh,
right.
thank you.
And
Thanks
the
for having
subs
me
as
on
well.
again too.
It's great to have you on, mate. Great to have you on. Shall we get the next bod out? I think we should.
Yes, we should.
Okay. We see the good inside our next guest. He is the Dark Sith Lord Jord Littleplat. Hello, Lord.
Evening all.
Evening. You all right?
I'm
Hello
good, thank
there.
you. How are you? Hello.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Mando out yet? Is it?
No, it's uploading again, but because it's 4.5 hours long, it takes 8 hours each time. So
Oh my God.
every
How
time they come
many-
back with the copyright thing, I have to go and change it, and then it's another 8 hours. And
What?
yep, it's uploading
Lord
as
have
we speak.
mercy.
So,
Poor little Chord.
I could never.
We'll be on
it's like if
season
the internet here
17
is
by the
just
time that's
absolute
up.
shit. Yeah, we probably will. It was annoying. It was supposed to have an ad attached to it, and so it was supposed to go out on Saturday. And so I've had to say that it's not my fault. It's YouTube being YouTube, and they've been good about it so far. So hopefully they'll be good about it when it takes the inevitable month to get past the copyright claims. But eventually it will be
Lordy.
there. All the content's done.
Lordy, you should put it up in sections, mate.
No,
Okay, moving on. So great to have you on, Lord. Shall we get the last person out? I can't speak.
sounds like a plan.
It does indeed. Okay, and last, but by no means least, he is the wise elder of the channel. He's been away for a while. You know the rest. He's the great Megageek himself. Ian David Diaz, apparently.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
How are you?
How are we doing?
Ian.
Yay.
Evening, Ian.
I'm back. I'm back.
Yay.
John
Guess
Wick.
who's
Back,
back?
everybody.
Yeah,
And his front as well.
that's right.
How's it going, Ian?
It's going all right. It's going cool. Yeah. I'm happy.
I see
As
you
always.
left devastation in New York on your departure.
Yeah, I had a piss in the reservoir, and suddenly there was floods everywhere for some reason. Don't know why.
Hudson.
Don't know why.
You didn't pee in the
Ah.
Hudson River, did you?
I did.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So there you go.
And the rest is history, everybody.
Uh,
Yeah, so you've been up to no good, as it were, yes.
I love New York. What can I say? New York's fucking fantastic as far as I was concerned. Yep.
Sinatra liked it. He named it twice, didn't he?
Yep.
I don't. Yeah, he did, didn't he?
New York,
Oh,
New
yes.
York.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today.
Today.
Oh, I love me some Sinatra, man.
I'm going.
Sinatra's my favorite singer of all time.
Really?
New York,
Really?
Oh, yeah.
New
Yeah.
York.
Wow.
He's my favorite crooner for sure.
I thought I was these vagabond shoes. Okay.
Yeah, he's great, isn't he?
He is, yes.
Lovely.
Right. Great to have you on, peeps. Genuinely thank you for being
What's
here.
your avatar, Ian? What is it?
It's
Who is
Michael
it?
Corleone.
Oh, of course. Didn't recognize me without the hair. It just looks really weird. Yeah. I was like,
I
"Who's
think
that?"
it's his Godfather 2 look.
Oh, okay.
It is.
It is.
I will say hello, chat. We can see you. Hello, chat. So we say hello, chat. Hello, chat.
Hello,
Hi,
Chad.
Chad.
Hello, chat.
Hello, chat.
Hello there. Okay. Let's get on with it. Episode
171.
Just
one,
finished
seven,
getting my
one.
little spooky Halloween profile picture, and you just
Oh,
clicked off the
that's-
big menu. But
Oh,
well.
sorry. Wait a minute. Okay.
Never mind.
No, go on. No, go on. I'll
Look, he's
cue
got a
you.
little. He's a vampire. He's got a little pumpkin now. It's
Oh,
Spooktober.
that's cute. Look
Oh,
at
isn't it
you.
cute?
Hold on. We'll go full screen. Here we go.
There you go.
Very nice.
Just a regular member
Isn't
of
it
the
just?
Adams family.
Still with a fag.
This is
Sorry,
given how
cigarette
much time I spend inside and in front of the
Ford.
computer. That is my actual complexion. So it's actually much more like real life now than it used to be.
How many
Oh,
times?
man, I
how
feel
many
you
times
on
has
that.
how many times has Mando been knocked back?
Only 3, but that's 24 hours basically of uploading. So yeah, 3 so far, I should say. It's uploading now, so I'm fully anticipating at some point during the stream attempt 4 will fail as well. So we'll see.
It's just on the video part, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Maybe
no,
it's
everything
not
else is
back.
fine.
Unbelievable.
You should come to France and get some quick internet, man. I'm telling you.
Like other places in this country have better internet. My friend over in Essex, who still lives in the rural area, has internet that's like 5 times faster than mine, and yet I'm on the fastest available thing in my village. So, yeah, I might just move house.
Yeah, he's on a paper cup and a piece of string. So, okay. So, 10-minute introductions. Pretty good for us. Okay,
I bought a new router, right? I bought a router which is supposed to be just better for all things uploads, but because it was invented in the 21st century, it literally cannot be installed in my house. The connection is the wrong one. The house is just, it's really crap. Anyway, sorry, intro over.
What, do you
Welcome
live
to
in a shack or a castle or something where they don't have updated stuff? Or
I would like to live in a castle.
Welcome to PC World with Little Platoon.
Do you know what? Nobody's noticed Z's avatar.
that's right, I saw it.
Oh, I changed it. Yeah, it's a bit more
Dark.
dark this season.
Dark.
Dark. Okay, so episode 171, end of week musings. I may drop the end of week and just call it musings from now on. I don't know. Okay, so let me press some buttons. My brain's not working.
Oh, we're used to that.
I know. Like, share, subscribe, click, blah, blah, blah. Leave a comment at the end, folks, if you enjoy the stream, or if you hate it, please leave a comment and donation links, etc., etc. Okay, so here we go.
Another eye test?
Yikes.
Who saw Ahsoka? Well, this is a quick one, by the way. See?
You're
loving
I watched
Ahsoka.
it. It's
Sentence, perhaps?
Just don't. Find anything else other than this. I had such high hopes for this series as well.
Why?
Well,
After everything that's happened with Star
I
Wars,
love
how
the
can you have high
character.
hopes?
And I love the trailer, and I thought it looked really good and exciting, and it really, really isn't. It's
All I can say is you've not learnt your lesson, have you? About
such
the
a
new Star
long
Wars?
slog to get through. I think this is more painful than She-Hulk.
I'd agree with that. Yeah, I'd totally agree with that.
So yeah, avoid this. It's the finale this week, and we've got to watch it on Wednesday, haven't we?
Oh, yes.
The acting is so wooden from the clips that I've seen, which is really weird coming from Rosario Dawson of all people, you know?
Not all the acting.
She's been directed that way, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. I was thinking it was just bad writing.
Because she can act, definitely.
What's the direction? Just fold your arms, love. Don't move. Look
No,
disinterested.
I guess they would say to her, just say everything flat, because that's her character. That's what they would say to her. You know, just say everything
Be
flat.
stoic.
Fine. Yeah, exactly.
Stoic is what you are.
We've got some super chats coming in
love
already,
it.
and here we go. MG,
It's shit.
£2.
I did. I said it.
Do it again.
It's shit. There you go.
You're welcome, mate. You're welcome. It is. Chordy, do you want a sentence, perhaps, and then we'll move on?
The quicker we move on, the better.
Okay.
Is my sentence.
We will
Applies
be
to both
roasting...
Ahsoka and to this segment as well. It's multi-purpose.
Okay, can I ask a quick question and do a quick poll? Colonoscopy or watch Ahsoka? What would you guys rather do?
I'll have the clean out.
It's funny you should say that. I've just done 40 miles on the bike, and for some reason,
I'm so glad that's what you ended up with. that sentence could have gone in so many directions.
Cheers,
Rennie.
Rennie.
Tell us about his recent
You enabled
colonoscopy.
me. Anyway, let's move on. It's shit, everybody, but we'll see the finale on Wednesday. It's shit, everybody.
Don't watch Ahsoka, watch the Ahsoka roasts. They're better than the show.
It's shite.
It's about as interesting as a flat bottle of tonic water.
Which Brown just had the other day.
I had to throw the half bottle away. It was awful. Anyway,
Good.
it was 2 years out of date. Did you know that? Moving on.
Can you tell the difference?
Did you get it at a flea market or?
I could tell the difference. There was no carbon dioxide in it.
What's
Other than
this?
that, it's fine.
Gen V?
Okay, who
Yeah.
saw Gen V? This was released this week. 3 episodes. Anybody seen?
I've not seen it yet.
What is
No.
it?
Isn't it a
haven't seen
spinoff
it.
of The Boys?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's a spin-off, but like Gen V. You can also say that it's Gen Z because it's kind of like The Boys, but for Gen Z. So it's all teenagers in a high school facility, basically in the world of The Boys, and all the teenagers have powers and stuff. I wasn't interested personally in watching it after all the trailers because it looked soaked in identity politics. Plus, The Boys have failed me after season 2, and they tried to redeem themselves in
What?
season 3, but yeah.
Did you
Season
watch
3.
season 3, boys?
Yeah, I did. I liked
Okay.
it till the last episode. The last episode was where I was just like, yep, they've given up at this point.
Okay.
But yeah, not
So-
really interested.
Anybody watch this then? See, no?
No, not yet.
I know
Nope.
Vex loved it.
Did she?
She-
Oh, so yeah. Yeah, we know
She
what
loved
Vex is
it.
like.
She was not happy with it.
Yep. I'm just
Um,
hearing now.
Yeah, obviously it's about teenagers, but I had a quick look on the Internet Movie Database. All the actors are like in their late 20s, almost 30.
But that's what Americans do, don't they?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
past
that's what they
20s.
do now,
Yeah, they
anyways.
do it, yeah.
Okay, I have seen the episodes. Obviously, you guys, especially the more educated ones like Vex, they're really up on what's actually going on, and I'm just a thicko. But I enjoyed it for what it was.
Well,
I think Vex is on a different level to the.
I think
well, I
politics and
think
stuff, but-
also we're kind of the mentality the last few years that we go into stuff automatically hating it, and I really try
Possibly,
not to
yeah.
have that sort
Yeah.
of mentality.
but
but
you
I think
shouldn't-
that is today's mentality.
you shouldn't be satisfied with something that's just okay. You shouldn't be. It's supposed to be good, and it's not. So why even bother?
Well, we're 3 episodes in. It's technically the first season.
Yeah, so what?
I'm still invested in it.
Well, good luck. Because
How do you know how many episodes they're supposed to go for in the first season?
Is it usually about 8?
I would be guessing 6 to 8. Yeah, probably.
Do you know what, right? Compare it to something like Reacher. When I saw the first episode of Reacher, I wanted to watch the second episode and the third, and I kept watching it until I finished. Do
Well,
you know what I
okay.
mean?
I watched the
If
first
you
episode of
watch-
this, and I wanted to watch the second one.
Well, then that's what you should say, shouldn't you? You were just actually saying that it was just
I was
mediocre.
defending myself for being liking
I
it.
see,
Not good, is
I
it?
see.
Here you go, not Brian. It's the boy. I'll totally agree with this. It's the boys with all the good stuff missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Sounds
the
like
odd little
Is the
bit,
acting good?
Yeah, the acting's okay. I haven't got a problem with the acting. Yeah.
Because I saw that there were a bunch of no names for the cast mostly when I looked up on IMDb.
Yeah, I saw that Arnold Schwarzenegger's son was playing the lead role, which what?
Really?
I wonder how he got that job.
I have no idea, Ian.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm kind of liking it, folks. If you've got Amazon Prime, I'd give it a go.
Mm.
It does feel like we're waiting for the season 4 of The Boys,
Yeah, well, I am anyway.
but anyway, okay.
Nah, I'm waiting for Invincible season 2.
Okay.
I did like that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody says, "How woke is it?" See, this is the pro. I can't quite work it out. Is it woke or is it picking fun at the woke?
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
did any of the politics deter it from having a proper script? Was it like nonsensical because of political agenda? If not, then it wasn't woke, you know.
I don't think it was woke then. I suppose technically if you just look at the cast, it's obviously very diverse.
Yeah.
But is it good woke or bad woke? I don't know. Anyway, okay, let's move on.
I hear this is really crap.
This
I'm
drops,
enjoying it.
everybody.
I
You
haven't
know,
seen it.
The
I'm
I heard
waiting
it's
for
really
Continental.
good. I know
Mm.
some people at work that are like, you got to check it out. It's really good. It's very, very faithful to the John Wick movies. It ties in perfectly. I don't know. I have not seen it.
Who
though.
is the main hero in this then?
It's Winston from
Yes,
from the movie.
a younger Winston.
Oh,
Young
the
Winston.
younger one. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Mel Gibson's in it. So.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I'm
Well,
fully
I'll
enjoying
catch
it. The
it, I'll catch it
episodes are about hour and 20 minutes long each. So they
3
are
episodes, everybody.
full-length
Yeah.
episodes.
Oh, sorry, 4 episodes. It's a mini-series, isn't it? And then that's
Yeah.
it, yeah.
3-part event where you find out how Winston came to control the Continental. And yeah, I'm enjoying it very much so far. There's a few women in it who you might think are overpowered, but they're not. That's fully set up earlier in the series, in the first episode, where you find out their father owned a dojo, and her and her brother used to train there. So it's, you know, it's 1975. It's shitty old New York, lots of garbage, lots of funk, and
now,
just
innit?
give it a go. Give it a go.
Here you go, XBT. I liked it. Liked that it was 1 hour 20-minute episodes. Daft but watchable. I think I got into the about first 20 minutes and then I stopped watching it, but I'm going to watch it.
I'm waiting for the entire 3-part episode to
Yeah.
come out, so I can just give it a binge.
I haven't got Peacock, so I can't watch it. So.
Yeah, same
don't
here.
worry about it. Don't worry.
Yeah, me neither.
They had like free trials to Peacock, and they don't do that anymore. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need to watch it that bad, or I don't need to join Peacock just to check out a show. So I'll wait until it's more accessible.
But so for those of you who've seen it, is it more in line with the John Wick sequels or with the original John Wick? If like, do you know what I mean by that question?
Yeah, I mean, the Law of the Continental was spread across the 3 films, so it neatly ties everything in. You get to find out a bit more about the High Table, how they operate, and the whole story revolves around the coin press that their marker medallions being stolen.
Yeah.
And Winston gets pulled into that, and he's currently putting together a team to take over the Continental from Mel Gibson. So yeah, I'm very much enjoying it. So if you like John Wick films, give this a go.
Cool. Is the action more realistic, like the first John Wick, or?
Yeah, because they don't have the luxury of bulletproof clothing.
Yeah.
You know,
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
You thought the John Wick 1 was realistic?
I mean, if you compare it to John Wick 2, 3, and 4, I mean, Jesus.
Do you know that when John Wick was made, no distributor wanted to take it on?
Oh yeah,
Would you believe that?
movie. It's
no
crazy.
distributor. Yeah, it was.
Really?
They were just begging people to take it on, and everybody kept saying that's like a DVD at best. And then I can't remember which distributor took it on, and the rest is history, right?
Well,
That's
it's because
crazy, right?
it's the movie that revived Keanu Reeves' career. So essentially, by that point, I would understand. Yeah, exactly, because he wouldn't be a powerhouse. He wouldn't be a selling point. Even Denzel would sell more than Keanu Reeves at that time. You know?
Yeah.
True.
Super chat, if I may. Sorry, I missed it from the Ahsoka bit. Romeo Tango November Zulu for $2 NZ. Ahsoka looks great, but scripts written in crayon. It's not good. Busted crayon, more like. Moving on. Okay.
I'll try and catch it.
So, for those who have seen it, are we enjoying Continental?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll be back for the final episode. So if you are going to take a look at it, you know, might be worth hanging on till next week so you can watch all 3 at once.
Here you go. Lance is in the chat. Hello, Lance. I liked the Continental.
People keep asking me if I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, he's back. Well, Winston is anyway.
Okay. Is there 2 parts? It looks like there's 2 parts out already. Is that correct?
There is 2 parts down.
2 are out.
There you go. XBT. Yes, looking forward to part 3. Did we say 3 or 4 parts? Can't remember.
3. It's literally on the poster, Brown.
Yeah, a 3-part event on the poster.
Whereabouts? I can't see. Oh, you mean that writing at the top that I can't read?
Yeah, it's the same size text as your channel intro.
I was going to say you should be able to read it if you can read your eye test.
Let me go big screen.
Does the guy that plays that Winston does he do a good British accent, or is he British in real life? I don't know.
I don't know if he's British or not, but he does a very good Winston. You could definitely put him as a young version of the character.
Yeah, needed somebody with a deeper voice, Ian McShane voice. But anyway, okay, let's move on.
Ooh.
This was released in theaters this week.
Theaters.
The creator in the theaters.
Oh, Lordy.
Who has seen the creator in the theater?
I
I
haven't
have.
seen it yet. I need to see it though.
It
No.
looks out on
good.
Wednesday. Yeah.
What
It's
did you think uninspired?
it's gonna be quite divisive, you know. I know that some people are gonna walk out saying that it's a great sci-fi movie, it's incredible. Honestly, it's average, even less than average, I would say. The only thing that brings it to average is the visuals that it has. So very, very weird movie. It's quite disappointing, to be honest. Incredibly
Really?
disappointing. Yeah, it's a 4-act structure told in 3 chapters, and man, the thing that they fumbled on a lot was the characters, which, you know, when you're doing that lone wolf and cub story.
No spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, yeah. Chat, no spoilers. We'll try.
So like when you're trying to do that lone wolf and cub story that they show from the trailers, you know, so like Logan, Last of Us, stuff that you're familiar with. What you have to rely on most is the characters to make that simple plot work. But here, the characters are very, very mediocre. And John David Washington, so Denzel's son, I really don't think that he should be a leading actor, because
I agree.
it's his performance in this movie is so weird.
I had issues with him. I'm not convinced by him.
Yeah.
Hold on. How can that kid hear when he's got a big hole in his head? Has he got ears?
I just feel like when I saw the previews, I'm like, this is just like an updated version of Terminator, in my opinion, because, like, you know, AI has taken over the world, so now it's using some sort of little like Terminator device to try to infiltrate the humans, kind of like what they did in Terminator Salvation.
No,
But, you know,
that's not how, like, I could see why you would think that from the
the
trailers.
previews, yeah.
Yeah, that's not really how the story is, but yeah, you people would like it. I know that people will like it. I'd honestly give it a rewatch just for the visuals and the world that it gives, because I mean, you see some stuff that you'll probably never see in a movie again unless the creator has a sequel. And also, you know, if you factor in some stuff like budget and stuff, but yeah,
Amazing.
I'd recommend it.
Incredible.
I recommend
you know
it.
what? People keep saying it's $80 million. I'm like, that's a lot of money. I don't care what anyone says. That's a shitload of money.
Yeah.
I know compared
Still a lot
to
of money. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you, know, you can't say it's great because it only costs that much. You're like, what? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, well, when you put it in perspective with the $200 million budget compared to what we see on screen, you know, but in terms of story, it's quite lacking. I know that people will be disappointed.
I think I know why as well.
What do you think so?
Brown's scared to spoil.
I'm not gonna. The movie. I didn't know the movie is 2 hours 15 minutes. That's 5 minutes long. I was watching it, and I felt like I needed another 15 minutes just to flesh things out a bit.
Yeah,
and I think that might have just taken it up to that next level.
This
the
guy,
time management is
he
bad.
Visual effects? Is he?
Yeah. So the reason
Edwards.
why Gareth Edwards, like his movies in general, have a low budget but can make good stuff like this is because he himself is a visual effects guy, and all the movies that he's ever done mainly revolve around giant monsters and sci-fi stuff. So he knows how to work on a budget. He basically did all of his old movies self-financed, essentially. So he knows how to budget and how to make stuff look good under a budget. So
you see, there's a pattern here, right? I don't know if you guys are noticing. Like, for instance, the people that directed John Wick were stunt guys.
yeah,
right? And the story for John Wick was absolute rubbish. Let's face it, but it was a good film. Same thing with the creator. You know, you've got a guy who knows visual effects, but then he's lacking in telling the story. If you look at Clint Eastwood's films, the acting is great, but it's dull. It moves in a small scale pace. So, you know, you got these directors that are really good at something, but they're not good at the overall aesthetic of what they're trying to achieve.
Well, this guy shot the film first, and then he added all the special effects after. That's why the money was saved.
So he's kind of like he's kind of like coming from the same school of Neil Blomkamp, where they're essentially people that know how to do stuff low budget, that were making movies by themselves even when they didn't have any money. So they know all of this stuff before going in, and then when they go in, they can make an actual visual masterpiece. Or however, I do think the Blomkamp in this case has a better sensibility for storytelling as opposed to Gareth Edwards.
His last few wasn't very good, let's face it. But yeah, his first one was great. The storytelling in the first one, Blomkamp.
Blomkamp.
Yeah.
It needed an extra 15 minutes for me, and I think it could have been an even better film.
It just needed better characters for me, and the themes too.
Yeah, I think that's where the lacking of the. That's where we needed the time just to flesh the.
Well, I haven't seen it, but I'll go as far as to say that it needs...
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah,
you'll enjoy it for sure.
I'm just saying that if you look at something like Casablanca, for instance, if you read that dialogue, it's terrible. But because of the way the main stars actually say the lines, because they're really good at acting, that you accept that kind of corny dialogue.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with this as well. If they don't get the right actors to so you can have a crappy script, but if you got the right actor, they can make that stuff come to life. Maybe that's one of the problems of the film. I don't know, because I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I think so.
I'm not convinced by Washington at all.
Oh, for sure. I completely agree with you, Mr. Brown. I don't think that he should be a leading man. I think that he's better as a secondary supporting character, because I mean, at this point in his career, he's had 3 chances to be a leading man in big budget things. So there was Tenet, there was another straight to Netflix movie, but which was pretty big budget, that he was the star in, but that didn't make any buzz at all.
Denzel's son, isn't he?
Yeah,
I wonder how he got the job.
Job.
No idea.
Are we recommending it? I think I would go see this again.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'd definitely go rewatch this in cinema specifically again with good surround sound too, because you'll see some stuff that you've probably never seen before and probably won't see for a long while, especially at this quality.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it was great just to see an original film, no franchise, blah blah blah, no woke, blah blah blah, all that shit. I was entertained, and I wanted it to last another 15 minutes, so that probably says something. Yeah.
Yep.
Here we go. I've been saving this chat. Karanatos. This has been I've been sat on this for 10 minutes now. No spoilers for this one. And Mr. Brown Alliance as me. Just like you did for Breaking Bad earlier this year. Well, I'm going to pick you up on that, because Breaking Bad is 10 years old. So where do you draw the line?
True.
Where do you draw the line? Don't know.
If you've not
should we just go through a long list of
10
things
years, it's your problem, not mine.
Are too old to spoil. So Snape kills Dumbledore. Vader is Luke's father.
Karanatos.
What's his name? Bruce Willis is actually dead. What else?
What? I know, sadly.
Yeah, exactly.
They're on the Earth all along, and it was blown up.
Lord, are you going to go see Creator? I think you should. You'd enjoy it.
Yeah, assuming I ever have some time, I will go and see it.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it, mate.
Yeah, it definitely deserves your time at the cinema. So if you can actually leave your house to go and watch something, I recommend The Creator to be one of the top choices to do it.
Yeah, guys.
I would attempt
like we said,
to go and do it today. Today, this week.
As we said for Oppenheimer.
No.
Go see it. Go support it. It's a great film. It'll get you out of the house for 3 hours. Worth your time. Worth your money. Yeah.
Worth your time.
Yep.
As I said, I would consider going and seeing that again. It looks fantastic. Okay.
Hell, I know that I'd probably buy it on physical media when it comes out. So I rarely do that.
I love sci-fi, and it was great to see some good sci-fi. It's been a while.
Oh yeah, AI and everything, especially it deals with AI and also the movie is very stylized in terms of how it gives you information.
Yeah.
So everything visual, highly stylized, and you see that literally from the first 30 seconds when the movie starts, and
Right.
you guys will really appreciate it.
Do you know, in fact, I might go see it again next weekend. Okay, let's move on. Gareth Edwards, creator, debuts on CinemaScore with a B+. What do you reckon, uninspired?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think the B plus is good. I think the highest is A, right? So
Yeah.
B plus good. As I said before, I do think that the story is a bit too simple. It's a bit mediocre, but the fact that it's mediocrity, surrounded by, basically enveloped by incredible visuals, will probably give it a higher score to a lot of people.
So it's kind of like Rogue One, appropriately, in that it's very pretty and the characters are not particularly memorable and the story doesn't really hold up to much, but it looks great and it's not very offensive. Is that roughly it? Okay.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I know that you would probably compare it maybe to Avatar or something. It
depends how much is stolen. How much does he steal from everybody else? Like, if he's stolen his entire plot, then yes, I'll compare it to Avatar. But if he hasn't stolen everything, then I won't compare it to Avatar.
I mean, you'll see a lot of resemblances to other movies.
Well, is there anything original nowadays?
True.
Whale and
Yeah, not
Persephone
really.
for $2, 80 mil the creator, or 265 mil Little Mermaid.
Oof.
There you
I
go,
wonder what
folks.
would happen if they gave Gareth Edwards a $265 million budget.
Well, you know
I'm
what,
sure
right?
it would be
You know
crazy.
what? He could have made a trilogy, and I would have watched every single one of them.
Yeah. Yep. Well, they gave that money to Zack Snyder to make Rebel Moon, so.
Has that come out yet?
Christmas.
No, it's coming out.
I don't think
Christmas.
so.
I think I missed that one.
Worst Christmas present ever.
Yeah.
Oh, it might be the best Christmas present.
Oh,
we
I
don't
doubt.
know, do we? We don't know. Okay.
I'm not trusting you anymore, Ian. You said The Flash was going to be great, and it was
Oh, what a
Yeah,
great
well,
film!
Yeah.
Made lots.
He also
It
said
made
that
lots of
Barry was a
money.
good show.
See,
And it
Morlock
was
is
shit.
on my side. Yeah,
Listen,
look, cheers,
I'm
Morlock.
with Mr. Brown. I'll
Cheers.
defend The Flash too. The Flash was
Yeah,
a
I
good
liked
time.
The Flash. I enjoyed The Flash, but I
Oh
did
my
not like Barry,
God.
Mr. Brown. Barry was shit.
Don't trigger the Lord, everybody. Don't trigger the Lord. Here you go, Joe Darkness.
Who are you people?
Exactly.
Your worst
I ask that
nightmare.
question every week. Joe Darkness, Rebel Moon looks like dog shite.
Yep.
In fact, the only
It
Flash
does.
I like is the ones that cleans the floors. You know, the liquid Flash. I think that's the only thing.
Oh, good to have you back, Ian. Good to have you back.
I'll run with a good one.
Just a quick sidestep then. The visuals of Gareth Edwards, the creator, made on an 80 mil budget using a $4,000 Sony FX camera.
I'd use one
Oh
of them.
yeah.
Wow.
Mr. Brown, I
Nice.
don't think maybe it was just me in my theater, but did it seem as if they had added film grain?
They
into,
did. They
into
did.
the
Yeah,
movie?
that's what I liked as well.
That's what they did. They
Yeah,
did.
I liked that. Yes,
Otherwise,
I
it
picked
just
up
looked too
straight away.
clean and too clinical. You know, so
It was great.
Yeah, I liked
They
it.
made a lot of. It kind of felt like a 70s movie sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm.
10 mega. I'll start again. A 10 megapixel camera that you can effectively just buy off the shelf.
Yeah,
it's
you can
Sony
buy this
FX3.
anywhere. Yeah.
They're good cameras. Sony FX3 cameras. They're good.
Yeah,
It's worth shooting stuff
I
on.
think he said he had 10 of them.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
plus they're small as well, so you can move a
Yeah.
lot faster with them.
Yeah, minimum crew
Yeah.
to go where he was going, which
Mm.
kept the
Budget
budget down.
down.
yeah, the budget.
Oh yeah, because there's a
Yeah.
lot of landscapes that you visit.
Yeah.
Crazy good.
It looks
Really,
great
really
just
good.
for all that, to be fair. You know,
Uh-huh.
the New Asia.
Yeah, New Asia. That's what they
Yeah.
call it.
Okay. Go see it, everybody. I don't think you'd be disappointed. Go see it. Okay. This weekend's top 3 at the box office, domestic,
Wow.
US. Paw Patrol 2, 23
Wow.
mil.
Fantastic. Absolutely
Oh my God.
fantastic.
What?
That is
I've not even
great.
seen Paw Patrol. Number
I
1.
saw the first one. I had to sit through it. You know, the kids loved it, but there you go. So yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
even know that
not
Saw
watching that.
X was out.
Nor did I.
Yeah, that came out this weekend, man.
Really?
I felt like it was overkill because Jigsaw died in Saw 2. So why are we doing this other than just for a cash grab?
Because
well, it's
horror
doing
movies
well.
make money. That's the thing. Cheap
They-
horror movies make a lot of money,
Well,
even if the movie
sometimes
is
they
trash.
don't, though. I was really surprised. Like, because
The Nun 2 sucks. So look at the money it's made on its budget.
There is a story
Saw
about
3
that, yes.
Saw 3D made shit, dude. At least it took it a while to make money. It really didn't make much. So I'm really surprised this made any money.
Yeah, but there's 10 Saw movies now, so they didn't really care about Saw 3D.
Yeah.
Social media trying to do a Barbieheimer thing with these two.
Oh, yeah,
and do
Saw Patrol.
Oh my God. Why would you
What?
do that to your kids?
Listen, sometimes the kids have to learn the hard way, you know. I was
big
watching
up,
Saw
folks.
as a kid.
Nikki Relhan, hello, Nikki. Saw became shite 20 years ago.
Yep.
Hasn't
Is it
Saw
that old?
always been
Is it
shit?
that old?
Oh, the first
Well,
one
I
is
mean,
good.
Yeah, I was going to say the first and second one had a decent premise, and then it just turned into torture porn. And it just, it's like, no thanks.
First one is actually pretty decent because I mean it's Leigh Whannell and James Wan, basically their first feature film together. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Leigh Whannell, but he has a pretty good career. I mean, when he wants to write a good movie, he'll write a good movie. But most of the time, he just does stuff like Insidious and random bullshit. But other times, he does stuff
I've not
like
seen that
Upgrade.
one. Random bullshit. What's that one?
Yeah,
Is it good?
he's making money though. That's all he cares
Yeah.
about, really. So
Yeah, I mean, he made The Invisible Man and Upgrade, so those are
that was
great.
okay. That was okay. I kind of liked it. Yeah.
Yep.
I agree with Jay Goodwin in the chat. Saw quickly became more like Hostel,
Yeah,
like
you
the
go.
movie Hostel. It's just
Yeah,
gross.
I agree.
Too much torture porn. It instead of sticking to the original premise of the movie, the guy going after people that he felt like didn't appreciate life when he was dying from brain cancer. So
Well, I think that was like the way that every weird horror franchise that started in the early 2000s went, because you have Final Destination started with an actual people trying to defeat death. Then after that, it just became like a death showcase. Same with the Saw movies. You just completely lost the plot, and it just becomes a showcase of seeing people die in weird ways.
horrifically,
go.
yeah.
Dr. Metal Blood. I watched Hellraiser 2 when I was around
Oh,
4.
shit.
Jesus.
Oh, you poor
Yeah.
thing.
Hellraiser. I
it was
never
shite.
did get into Hellraiser.
I didn't.
It's like,
Yeah, I was more of a Candyman type of guy.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I liked Candyman.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
met Tony Todd. He's really nice.
Oh,
loves
is
his
he tall in
fans.
real life?
Taller than me, at least. Yeah, he's pretty tall, but I think he looks taller because he's thinner. You know, he's pretty thin nowadays, but yeah.
Is Paw Patrol going to do okay, do we think?
yeah.
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
family
Kids
movie.
love that
Okay.
show.
They got
Saw-
superpowers in this one, so there you go.
Saw X, what do we think? I think it'll do
it's gonna
reasonably
It'll
make a
well.
be
lot of money.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll do okay.
I genuinely hope the creator does okay, because I think that's going to be a word of mouth movie. That
Yeah, but well, the thing about the creator is that even if I think it's a mediocre movie that's elevated by visuals, I do think that it does need to make money at the box office, a significant amount. So I would say at least 500 million or something like that, or else the chances of you
Getting
as an
another one.
audience member
Yeah.
getting not even like another creator movie, but just getting another original sci-fi movie or an original movie at that budget
I know,
is
that's
going to
what we
be
need.
absolutely impossible.
And we need
if the
them.
creator
we
flips.
need them. Apparently, there was a 5-hour cut of the creator.
God.
Lord.
Good luck.
Okay,
Never watched something like
I
that.
watched the 5-hour cut.
Yeah,
I'd watch that
I'd watch
gladly,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. The writers' strike was settled this week. Everybody, do we want to cover it? Basically, it's AI. They're just few rules here. AI can't write or rewrite literary material.
Yeah, because they want to keep their jobs.
Yeah,
and keep
blah
getting
blah
paid.
blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
do we want to cover this?
The thing
We
is
can
that the
cover it.
stupid thing is that the writers can use AI, which is stupid.
The chat's not liking this subject.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of thought that. So, and there's more. Yeah, studios must disclose writers' AI. It's basically all about the AI folks.
It's like, let us write so we can get our money. Don't let the
Yeah.
AI write for us.
Do we want to cover it?
Well, it is interesting because
Do we care?
basically they're all, you know, they've just kind of like made an agreement. Now all the woke writers gonna write more shit, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I was hoping it would go on till Christmas.
Well, I mean, yeah, considering that they said that a writer can choose to use AI, but the studio can't require the writer to use AI software. Who's telling you that any of those like ESG hired people that can't write for shit is not just going to use AI, tweak it a bit, and then give it to the studios? Like, how does that get to fair? How does that get to be fair? You know, it's like, come on, man.
It's not particularly fair, but then a large number of the demands made by the writers were essentially, even if we're useless, keep us in employment, and that's one of these as well. The writer can be completely crap, as you say. They can be not able to write for shit, but they can use AI to do it on their behalf, meaning the writer themselves is pointless, but at least they're still getting paid to be pointless. Whereas otherwise, they might have been put out of business. There are a number of other demands. Actually, the studio is pretty much caved on most of the headline items, so the writers have done pretty well out of that. I think, well, you can see why they went for the writers before they've started taking on the Film Actors Guild, though, because the Film Actors Guild is full of film actors guilds, and they're very vociferous and not likely to compromise. Also, their demands are much less reasonable. So the writers, okay, to be fair, like a lot of them are not particularly expensive from a studio point of view. So that the writers won the minimum staffing level thing, for example, with a minor downgrade on what they were originally asking for. Which is stupid and unnecessarily expensive, and it will prohibit new writers from joining the scene, but it's not massively prohibitive for a big studio to sort of go along with that. Whereas when the actors come along and say, we won't settle for anything less than an 11% share of the revenue from a film, not even the profit from a film, but the revenue from a film, that's just something no studio can take on, given how few of the films make money to begin with.
But how are they going to prove that the studios used AI? If they wanted to write a script, right, and they made someone write a contract saying that they can't mention what they've done, otherwise they'll get sued, and they go to AI and they create this story, how is anyone going to know they did that?
Oh, well, AI writes in a particular style. They're currently using AI identification software in universities to pick up people's dissertations, and it is working quite effectively.
Okay, but right, you can go to AI to actually get the actual structure and whatever AI coughs out. Then you can actually rewrite that. So how are they going to tell?
Yeah,
so none of this makes any sense to me. This agreement makes no sense to me whatsoever, because you're going to have to prove 100% that you didn't go to AI, and how are you going to do that?
Well, can it not be used as a writing aid?
That's what people are going to use it for, and it's still using AI. So what is the point of this agreement?
Wrong with that, Shirley, or is that just me?
Don't call me Shirley. No,
the agreement is just from the writer's perspective to ensure that a studio cannot either force a writer to use AI or, more importantly, replace the writer with AI. So it doesn't really matter too much if the writer chooses to use it themselves, but the studio is not allowed to use it in place of a writer. Is essentially
that is crap, though, because they'll be using it anyway, won't they?
Lord, question: would you use AI?
He has.
I don't really see the point.
You are an AI technically, but would you use a lesser
so I use it.
AI?
I use it all the time. No, I wouldn't. I don't see the point, but I can write, so I don't need to.
I know.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
I mean, do you guys think that this AI thing, especially having Chat GPT and stuff that can write anything for you, do you think that we're gonna see just this incredibly massive loss of creativity from the youth? Well, not even people that are in the studios and stuff like that, but just the youth in general would just stop imagining shit because they can do it whenever.
I think arguably they already have.
Yeah.
And it only can use drawn works that already exist. It can't generate original content for itself. It's always going to be a cut and paste pastiche of things that have already happened and already written by people.
But you can write something and you can go to AI and tell it to improve on what you've written, and then it
improve your syntax and stuff.
And then when it comes back to you, then it'd probably be a bit better. But then you can rewrite that stuff. So I don't understand what this agreement means. Nothing. because they will still be using AI. Nobody will know.
Here
It's
you go,
ridiculous.
M Duke. There's a lot of love coming in for you, Lord. M Duke 84, Plut's AI 2.0.
But that's what I'm saying. It makes that this agreement makes no sense. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
As long as they keep getting paid and AI isn't, so that's what they want.
It's just open the door for more woke writing. That's really what it has done.
I tried to sign up for is it
ChatGPT, yeah.
Yeah, and it said you have to use a mobile phone number, don't you, to verify yourself?
Really?
And it said your phone number is a spam phone number, and it wouldn't let me use it. I
I've got I don't know what it's called, but
let me use it.
When I have something written, right, the AI tells me if it's grammatically correct.
Yeah,
the thing, and that's AI. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, well, because my computer comes with it. It's ridiculous. So I don't.
Okay, Wayland says we're getting bogged down. Black Lives. Yeah, here you go. Brown GPT. It didn't even let me use it. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on then. We weren't going to talk about it, but anyway, let's move on. Blah, blah, blah.
WGA.
She's in the news again, everybody.
Famous actresses. One of my favorite actresses.
Yay.
Channel favorite, everybody. Rachel Zegler recast for
they recast her?
third
It's
Paddington
a rumor.
film.
Oh,
well, we don't know. Does anybody in the chat know? It's definitely there was a rumor that she was booted off the Snow White, but
yeah, that one was just a rumor. But I think that this one is well, I didn't even know that they were making a third Paddington film. So
yeah, Paddington's great.
It is.
Films, yeah.
1 and 2 are good. Yep.
I did have a question about this, which is given that the Film Actors Guild is still on strike and they're not allowed to do any work relating to any film, including, I assume that extends to hiring and firing people, how can casting decisions have been made or someone have agreed to take on a film if they're not legally allowed to be talking to each other?
It's
that's a good point.
It's just crap news.
Rumor.
Yeah, and it's just false news as well. So it's all rubbish.
They
got nothing to report.
Uninspired, did you see the trailer for the Hunger Games while you were watching?
Oh yeah, I saw.
She's in that, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Yes.
I mean, it's looking bad because even on Instagram, where you mostly have normies that are looking at the trailers, so when Lionsgate posts a trailer or something like that, all of the comments, none of them are supportive of the movie. They're all just like, "This is gonna flop. It has Rachel Zegler. I'm not gonna watch it because of Rachel Zegler." So it's gotten to a point where everyone absolutely hates her.
Are they making another Hunger Games?
Yeah, it's a prequel. I don't understand
November.
the point of that because I think they wrapped up the story fairly nicely. Is the author involved in the prequel?
It's one of our other books, I think. It's a song something.
Song
Okay.
What is it about?
Is
Is it about they starve people or something? Hunger Games?
Well, no, Hunger Games is based on a series of books, so I didn't know there was a prequel to those books unless that's come out within the last couple of years. But I just didn't see the point of making a prequel movie. Do we really need to know what happened beforehand? Because they explained all of that in the Hunger Games series, so we don't need that.
Here you go, Erin D. Zegler has dug herself into a hole. She has.
Yep.
Here you go, Ian. Joe Darkness. Yes, I think this may have something to do with it. Paddington is right. It's filmed in the UK.
Yeah, they're not there. But there are a lot of British actors that actually support what's going on in America, and they're idiots. So they.
Well, weren't the people that were doing House of the Dragon allowed to film completely?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
During this,
It's as long as you're not using union staff essentially, and so the WGA, the Film Actors Guild is looking, for example, at expanding the strike to include video game studios as well, which is a terrible idea because video game studios have an easier job of it than film studios do, just to go and hire talent abroad. So if you're based abroad, if you're not actually part of the union that is striking, then unless you are voluntarily striking in solidarity or you've got a contractual agreement that allows you to do that without getting the sack, then you can carry on production. But Rachel Zegler isn't British and the studio isn't British, and so I imagine that, I don't know, I still think this is probably a bullshit rumor, but it's not impossible. Maybe there is some workaround.
I think it is a bullshit rumor, to tell you the truth. Yeah.
Probably. And Rennie, to answer your question, yeah, so the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is the movie that's coming
Prequel
out for
book.
There you go,
Hunger Games.
folks. There you
And
go,
the prequel
folks.
book came out in 2020. So
That's what I was asking because I didn't
recently.
remember her reading another book or writing another book, but since it came out in 2020, that makes sense because I really, nobody really went much of anywhere during that year, if you guys remember right.
No,
True.
So I totally didn't know that was a thing. So, but I don't get the point because they explained how the Hunger Games began and the reasoning behind it in the other
Money.
books.
Money
Yeah.
is the reason.
You
I
go,
guess
Princess
so.
Fiona shouting, Paddington, you missed a G out, got an exemption. They never stopped production, even with personnel.
But we're not talking about WGA personnel. We're talking about FAG personnel. But no, it's probably yeah.
I thought it was Screen
maybe
Actors
FAG.
Guild.
I don't know. I don't know.
SAG, Screen Actors Guild.
FAB.
Film Actors Guild. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Bad Platoon.
Bad Lord.
Bad Shorty.
Bad Little Lord.
I've got a pass, okay? I can say it. It's fine.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's fair.
Bacon, everybody. Hello, Matt. Bacon.
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 Matt?
Okay. Let's move on. I'm not going to go see it. I don't care. Let's move on.
Oh,
Okay.
James Bond.
Rumor: Christopher
Yeah.
Nolan in discussions to direct not one but a pair of James Bond movies.
Mistake. It's a mistake.
What do you reckon to that, Ian?
It's a mistake because Chris Nolan, just like who was the other idiot that did the other three with Craig? They concentrate. They focus too much on who's the
Sam
guy?
Mendes?
Sam
Mendes,
Mendes. They
yes.
concentrate too much on the trying to make James Bond realistic when James Bond is not a realistic thing. The film, the
Yeah.
books are realistic, but the film is entertainment. It's meant to be, you're meant to have a laugh, enjoy, it's meant to be a bit cheesy, it's meant to be a bit serious. But Sam Mendes didn't bring that to James Bond, and I doubt if Chris Nolan's going to bring it to James Bond because
Well,
they're,
not only
they're not
that.
the right directors for it at all.
Well, not only
Sorry.
that, but they're probably going to have. I think the big name that keeps floating around is Aaron Taylor Johnson. No, thank you.
Yeah.
But also James Bond is dead, so who cares? They killed
Thank you,
him
Rennie.
off.
That's it. Fuck them.
Well, didn't they
Yeah.
talk about this
Themselves.
perhaps being set back in time as a period piece, or was that just
Yeah.
a bunch of fans
Okay.
desire for it?
I
I
don't
thought
give
that
a
was
shit.
part of the rumor.
Yeah, I saw that as
Well,
well.
They can eat
if
all
it's
the
set back in time as a period piece, then he's not dead because it's back in time.
Yeah, but who
No,
wants to see it
don't care.
knowing what it's leading up to?
It doesn't matter.
mean,
if
who
he's dead,
cares?
They'll bring him back anyway. And
Yeah,
that's the
well-
thing, won't they? They'll bring him back, and they'll get some kind of super duper director thinking that.
What
he'll
are they
bring
going to do?
something to
Dig
it,
up
and he
his
won't bring
body
it.
and like?
They won't bring. He won't bring anything to it but stupidness. That's what
They
I
went
mean.
Luke Skywalker on his ass, and I'm not having it. Simply.
Yeah.
I'm not
No
having it.
thanks.
They can go
No
fuck
Jake
themselves.
Bond for
No,
me.
thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank
Pass.
you. Not interested.
pass.
No, thank you.
I mean,
Oh,
okay,
no,
so how would you guys so what would get you guys in the cinema to sit down for a new James Bond film?
$10 million.
No,
I mean, the
seriousness,
right
though.
amount of money might work, but I'm thinking if you nix the last couple of films and decanonize them, I would consider going to watch a new one. But
No, they don't.
I'm
don't
not
have
into
to
what
do
they
that.
did with James Bond.
No, they don't have to do that. All they will do is they'll just ignore what happened in the last one and just start again. That's that. I think.
Yeah, that's
their
what they
plan.
always do.
Yeah, I
Right,
don't
that's what
care
they
though.
always do.
I don't care though.
But to
There's a
get
difference
Chris Nolan to direct
across
this
the
is a
line.
mistake because what you need is someone that knows how to do action films. I mean,
Yeah.
Spielberg in his prime did obviously because Spielberg always wanted to direct a James Bond film, but never got the chance.
Yeah, but
you
you
need someone like
remember-
that.
Who was it? It was Stephen King's son
Cheers,
that offered
Bishop.
to help write James Bond movies, and he's a good writer. His
Yeah.
name's Joe Hill.
Yeah,
and
Joe Hill.
if you read some of his books, they're actually pretty good. And they said no because he's an American. He does not belong in the James Bond universe. I was like, dude, he's a good writer.
Here you go, folks. Orange Hat reviews. It would cost $2 trillion to get me back in the cinema.
But there
Sure,
is,
well,
there is a
behind you,
difference,
mate,
though.
honestly.
Is there not a difference between Bond and Luke Skywalker in the sense that Luke Skywalker's end is the end point of one continuous canonical story, which you cannot avoid. So all Star Wars leads up to
Did-
that. James Bond
question-
doesn't work like that unless you're telling me that James Bond has done Casino Royale twice in a single lifespan,
No, question.
which doesn't make any
question.
sense.
Well,
then
he-
it's not a continuous narrative, so you can avoid
Well,
it. You can write
but-
around the end as opposed to.
Question, if I may. Sorry, Rennie. Lord, did you feel like shit when you was watching Skywalker just disappear into like a big fart in the wind?
Yeah, but I'm saying that
Just
there's a difference.
Forced himself to death.
Well, I
Um,
felt shit walking out of No Time to Die when I'd been looking forward to it, and they just killed him for no apparent reason, and they can go fuck themselves. And
Okay.
I stand by that.
I hear what Ben's saying though. I definitely hear what he's saying.
So
I
do
hear
I.
what you guys are saying, but here's my thing. So, like, to answer you, Ben, on that, there are villains that made repeated appearances across the movies, especially I think in the 80s. So you had Jaws. Who else came on again?
Blofeld.
So
Blofeld.
for me, there was some point of continuation, and I know it's more like, well, this is more of a one-off story. But if you're going to have the same person make the same appearance as a James Bond villain, doesn't that mean that there's some sort of connection between the movies, and it is a semi-continuous story,
No,
even though you don't necessarily reference the
it
same
doesn't.
thing?
It doesn't, because every time they have a new James Bond, always starts from the year that it was made. Like, for instance, the tone of Live and Let Die is completely different to the Sean Connery movies, because they had Roger Moore. So they started again with Roger Moore. So this new Bond that's going to take over, they're going to start again. They're going to ignore what happened with the Craig trilogy, and they're just going to start again. That's
it's going to be essentially the same thing that they did with Craig when Brosnan finished the role.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
you
but
don't
they didn't
acknowledge
kill
it.
off Brosnan
I
at the
know
end
they
of
didn't.
his.
Yeah. But I
Run.
mean,
Thank
they'll
you.
just say that this is their vision of
Exactly.
James Bond. So our vision of James Bond was to make him go from, you know, the spy that you know and love to, you know, just a dude that cares for his family and will sacrifice himself. A bunch of bullshit, but that's their story for him, you know.
Well, you know what they can do what they fucking want. I ain't watching it.
Yeah,
I'll
they
go
can
and see if
shove that
Henry's in
movie
it.
up their
So,
asses.
so when
I don't
when
see if
Bond
Henry's in it.
defeats a particular villain or a particular evil organization in an older film, and it's gone and it's dead and he's won, and it reappears later on in the Daniel Craig films, is that surely that's the same break in canon?
Mhm.
But no, that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
not.
It's
when
nothing
they
to
have a new
do
Bond,
with
they
canon at
they
all.
create a new
It's nothing to do with
a
canon.
new universe. That's what they do. So when they have a new
Yeah.
Bond, it starts all over again within that.
Yeah, no,
new-
that's
new
what
Bond.
I'm arguing. I mean, look, if you want to hold it against the studio, that's fine, and that's your prerogative. I just don't think comparing it to Luke Skywalker makes any sense, given that like Bond is not part of a singular continuous narrative. So, like, by all means, if you don't like what the studio chose to do,
Barbara,
then
what's
don't
her
go and see the
face?
next Bond film.
Is
But
it
they didn't kill
Broccoli?
Bond
Broccoli?
overall.
Yeah,
Broccoli.
should never have listened to Daniel Craig.
Yeah,
'Cause
you're
would have
absolutely
would
right.
have
Ian.
been in a better position now. I'm not going to go see it. I don't care. They killed Bond. 50
Yeah.
years
Well,
plus.
they killed
Bam.
Daniel Craig Bond.
They could have at
Killed
least
him. I
left
don't give a
it.
shit. I'm not going
They
to see
could have
it.
left it ambiguous,
I'm getting
and
triggered, everybody.
instead of killing him off.
I mean, technically, they left it ambiguous. You know, you never saw the rocket hit his body, so
All it,
You saw him blew up though.
I mean, there's no way you
all
could
it
survive
needed,
that.
Do you know, all it needed was obviously for us not to see him being disintegrated.
Yes.
See the rockets go down, fair enough, and then all it needed was a little clip scene at the end with his fingers moving. That's all they needed.
or just
it
a
its
random,
finger,
like
his body's
a
been
bit of a
disintegrated.
shadow, like a bit of a shadow
Yeah.
at the bar in a tropical island.
If
you know?
if it had been under some rubble and his hands were moving
I was
like
gonna say,
it survived,
there's rubble, and then no, it's not even that. There's this pile of rubble, and then this metal fish just punches out through the top of it. Yeah, James Bond is still alive. He's the Terminator after all. It's all good.
I don't know. I think, as I said, I think if they cast Henry in it, I'd definitely go and see
Yeah, but
it.
you know why they're not going to cast him?
I know.
Because you
I know.
wish it. Here you go,
I know.
Nicky Rellahan for £5. Cheers, Nicky. Real money, apparently, at the Uninspired Reviewer. I do believe
That's
that's you.
me.
I'm in Spain in November. Oh, good for you.
Hey.
So I can go further. Oh, here we go. So I can go further north and give you belly rubs and treats.
Hey. Free
Just
belly
a-
rubs
just a
and
little low
treats
for
will
him.
do.
Just a little lower.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Nicky Rellahan. So yeah,
Don't knock
why
it till you
not?
try
No,
it. Yeah, you never
I'll
know. You
accept
might enjoy
free
it.
belly rubs and
Yeah,
treats.
yeah.
Yeah, you never know.
Belly rubs are good, everybody.
So hold on. So what
Consensual ones, anyway.
This is just saying that Chris Nolan might direct two James Bond films, and they're not even telling us who's going to play Bond. I'm pretty sure they have an idea who.
If
they
the rumor
want.
is 2, I'm obviously kind of thinking it's going to be a origin story, part 1 and 2, perhaps.
They don't need to do that. All they need to do is
Right.
give us some fun. That's all they need to do. You know? Gosh,
Okay.
it's not rocket
here you
science.
I do like the idea of it being a
Golden
period
Bog.
piece, though. I think setting Bond back to the 1950s is a good idea. Modern James Bond is always going to be tedious. Going back to the 50s and the 60s, adding that class and that swagger, that's going to be good. I would like to see something like that.
Are they going to have
because it sounds like a good
day-
idea, they won't do it because it's a good idea. So
Are they going to have modern day values then? Back then,
Probably.
hashtag me too.
Because
Okay,
Well,
when I asked what's his name? Who's that famous director? I can't remember his name now. Quentin Tarantino. That's what Quentin Tarantino said. He said he'd like to make a James Bond in the 60s.
he was desperate,
didn't he?
wasn't he, to do Piers Brosnan, as it were. Yeah. Okay, license to bog, everybody. Let's move on.
Get a license to bog.
In fact, no, here we go. Here you go. Oh, sorry, chat moved up.
Bog
Bog
your eyes
only. Our chat is the best. Live and let bog.
Bog.
Bin and let bog.
Brilliant. Golden bog.
Golden bog.
we had a bog finger yet?
Not yet.
No, but we've got no time to bog.
Oh God, that was terrible.
That'd been better than the film, to be fair. Ian, I think we need to review No Time to Bog.
Oh, God.
I'm ready to review
Oh,
it.
you guys should actually.
Do you know what? Me and my mum went to see it, and when we came out, my mum was so depressed. She goes, "That wasn't a James Bond film." I go, "Yeah, I agree. I totally agree."
I think we need to review it. It'll be good for our. It'll cleanse the soul, as it were. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, so we'll do a quick super chat first. Here you go. Mega Spider-Man, €5. Hiya, lads. And losses. Apparently, Senna's coming back as Peacemaker. Davis as Waller, Stromer as Vigilante, and Zolo as Blue Beetle. No Henry Cavill and co, though.
I can't give a shit about this DC thing.
And that's confirmed on that screen.
Don't care.
Can we see it?
Yep.
I've never seen such a stupid costume in all my life. Look how dumb that looks. It really looks
Which
dumb.
one?
The Blue Beetle or the Peacemaker?
Peacemaker and Blue Beetle just looks stupid. Blue Beetle looks like Iron Man on steroids, and this guy, I don't know, he looks like a penis on his head or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blue Beetle just looks like superior Iron Man shoot.
Yeah,
like
it
from
just
from
looks
the comics.
ridiculous.
Did you ever watch Peacemaker, Ian? Did you get around to watching it?
I did, and I didn't like it.
Moving on.
Everybody liked it.
I liked
didn't
him
like it.
in the Suicide
liked
Squad.
it.
I liked his
No, I
character
didn't.
in that.
I
but
didn't-
I
I
didn't
didn't.
watch the show.
I can't like someone that just has fun killing people. I can't. You know what I mean? So I'm old fashioned that way. I like my heroes to be heroes.
And humorless murders.
No. Yeah.
Anybody see? I know Blue Beetle's out already. Anybody seen it?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, it did not
Yeah.
look good at all in the previews, anyways.
It's mediocre. Very, very mediocre. Like, it would have made a lot of money probably back in 2006.
Also, if you
Christ,
compare it
that's
to
long
everything
time.
else that DCEU's done recently, actually, Blue Beetle's probably at the top or very near the top of recent DC films. Doesn't say it's good.
Yep.
It's not good at all, but it really says more about how shit everything else has been. Because it was such a bang average generic thing.
Here you go, side of feet. Thank Ook! Blue Beetle is back. The Gunverse is saved. It is.
Do you know what? Right. You know what DC should do? They should put an
Stop
advert
making
out saying,
films.
and saying we want
Yeah.
visual effects people, and that's not professional, and then get them all in, and the budget will go down.
Dear Gareth
Really go
Edwards, would you
down.
like to make a DC movie, Black Lives or Black Votes, for $2? Peace Bogger, Bog Beetle, I watched that, and Amanda Bogger. Again,
It's just another white guy that's dumb as two planks. You know what I mean? In Peacemaker, it's ridiculous.
Stream killer. Tom has some thoughts. Did Warner Brothers management understand that their fans are getting more selective? Line from the Spinal Tap was ironic.
I mean, it's weird because, like, if you wanted to have a hard reboot, or at least just let people understand the hard reboot that you want to have, don't bring back anyone. I know that they're your friends, but don't bring them back, man.
Absolutely.
But listen,
and maybe
right?
take a little bit of a break.
Listen, right? But listen, okay, right? If you are going to reboot the DC universe, concentrate on one film, for God's sakes. You're going to bring Superman out, do Superman, and then let's see what happens, instead of trying to integrate all this nonsense into this new world. It's ridiculous. It's so
Rennie,
simple.
if Cavill was Superman, you'd do Superman, wouldn't you?
I'd do Superman, or I'd watch Superman.
Either.
I plead the fifth on that one, but I'm married, so I do love.
Are you married?
Husband.
Never knew that.
I know, big surprise. I do love my husband.
They teased us with Cavill. We wanted it.
Yeah, and then they took it away.
Cavill's going to be Bond.
Taste it.
There's nowhere to go. He's going to be Bond. I'm telling you.
He's not going to be Bond.
I reckon he is.
He's not.
They'll get a black guy to play Bond. I'm telling you.
No.
Idris Elba.
He's not going to be white. Oh, they'll probably get John David Washington. Fuck.
He's not English.
Yeah, hopefully he'll learn to act by then. Okay, so possibly I'm looking forward to Peacemaker. I did enjoy the first season. It was just a surprise while we were on lockdown. But anyway, okay, let's move on.
I just hope that they nail Batman for the DCU. That's all I want. A good Batman movie.
You know what, though? I think we had it with Christian Bale. I really do. It's just that they did the whole little, trilogy and then just went bye-bye. And
I agree. I mean, like, a new good Batman movie.
Well, good luck, because they've got Robert Pattinson.
We've got Pattinson, haven't we?
Piece of shit.
Did anybody see the Argyle trailer this week?
No.
Oh, the Matthew Vaughn movie, right?
Yeah. Cavill's in that. That was good.
Saw the trailer, yeah.
Nice.
I mean, anything Matthew Vaughn is pretty interesting to watch. So
Cavill needs to be Bond. That's all I can say.
But it's not going to happen because you wish it, or we wish it.
We wish it.
Let's move on. You go, James Gunn kills Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom in its cradle by declaring nothing is canon.
Somebody needs to assassinate James Gunn.
We don't condone assassination on this channel, folks. The guests think for themselves.
I mean, career-wise, they just need to take him out of the entertainment industry. Dude has got such a big head; he needs to butter it to fit through the door. He's a horse's ass. He needs to go. And Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't even that great. Just saying.
I'm telling you, career-wise, James Gunn needs to stick to indie movies. So he needs independent films, which is where he used to shine back then. So I don't get why they give him massive budgets. And I mean, it's only because of Guardians of the Galaxy, the first movie. Second movie, I didn't even like it.
The first one was cute, but the second one was meh, and the third one was just like, this is just sad. So, and he hires his brother in almost everything that he does.
Or his wife.
Do we need him to do that? Are they that great of actors? I don't think so. He needs to go bye-bye.
The Warner Brothers don't know what to do. So they see that he had made a huge success with comic book characters that weren't well known. And they think, okay, let's get him. Let's get him to drive our, Marvel Universe thing. And they got him. So, but they don't know what they're doing. They don't have a clue. And nor does James Gunn.
I don't like that photograph.
No, that's him just being a asshole, being like, tough shit, suckers, or Zack Snyder fans.
For the Brits amongst us, what's he telling us to do? I don't like that.
F off. That's what he's telling us.
Yeah, what a horrible
No. He's insulting the French. We do like that.
Listen, I like insulting the French too. So
Whale and Persephus for $2. Bale was a crap Batman, but a good Bruce Wayne.
Ben
I just
Affleck
agree with
is
that.
my
I think it's the
Batman.
other way around.
Yeah.
I thought
I think it was a
crap as
better
Wayne.
Batman than Bruce Wayne, but
Yeah,
I
I think it was
still
crap at
loved him
Wayne.
in the role.
Yeah.
Hey, Brown, you missed the super chat before that.
From?
There was a $5 one from Nikki Rellahan, I think, before that, or £5.
You mean the one I'm looking at now?
Maybe. Oh,
You mean
yeah.
this one?
How
Yeah,
could
there
she
you
possibly
go.
have answered that question?
You know what they say about Ian?
Because he was
Megageek
reading
in
my
the
mind, or I was
street
reading his. We were
and a
connected
megafreak
telepathically.
in the sheets.
That's funny.
great.
That's funny.
We could
I
call
just
you
figured
Mega
that was
Freak
cute.
from now on, Ian.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Or mega feet.
You'll have the chicks breaking down your door now, Ian.
Absolutely.
I
They're
will
like,
read
"Oh,
the
you're mega
Nikki
freak, huh?"
Rellahan for £5. That's real money, folks. You know what they say about Ian. He's a mega geek in the street and a mega freak in the sheet.
Best thing to be is a freak, definitely. You don't want to be normal, let's face it. Who wants to be normal these days? I don't.
Peter Pidrak for $10. Hello, Peter. Love you guys, but I have a chance to do a role-playing game with the boy and his friends. Riffs forever. Don't blame me, mate. You enjoy.
Can't blame you. Yeah.
So isn't this a little bit contradictory to the previous post where he's saying nothing's going to be canon until Creature Commandos, but he's still
Yeah.
bringing over 3 characters from the previous universe?
Well, and I agree with what uninspired reviewers said. It's like, if you're going to make it your own, then fire everyone and start anew.
Yeah.
You
What
know?
is
I
Creature
also-
Commando? I don't know what it is. What is it?
Does anyone have a problem with the way he combs his hair? I do. I just think
No,
it's
I have a
just
problem with him
stupid.
legging fingers at me. I don't like that.
Look
He
at
has
his
a
hair.
5 head, so at
Look at
least
his
his hair
hair.
balances out the 5 head. I think that's why. Like
James
his
Gunn is like a
forehead
kid.
is so huge.
It's like a
Yeah,
child.
Yeah. He's
It's
showing us his
weird.
forehead, isn't he? It's like
Yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Question for the chat. Are we bogged down?
No.
No.
Bogged
It's
AF.
It's a discussion. It's a discussion.
I don't care anymore. You?
Yeah.
No, I don't care anymore either.
Give us
Put
Cavill.
him in the bin. That should have been the in the bin segment. For
Give us
this week.
Cavill.
James Gunn in
no.
the bin.
It's not going to
Well, no.
happen. That's dead and buried. It's not.
Because we wish
ever
it.
gonna-
Because we wish it. Tossers.
Da-na-da-na, Henry
Let's
Cavill.
move on. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's going to be kick-ass anyway.
What's the matter?
Ethan Van Sciver and other former DC creatives roast publishers of Wonder Woman.
What?
Can I say that word?
What?
I don't know.
Read the
Yes.
Q word.
Queering.
Yes.
Right.
I
She's
don't-
been queer. She's been queered, everybody.
What in the comics?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so what? They're doing that with everything now, aren't they? So whatever.
Pretty much. It's
you
not
go-
a surprise.
Tarfong,
Mm.
say queening. I've said it, mate. Sorry, but thank you.
I don't care.
Go for it, Brownie.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care
Yeah.
about
Comics suck nowadays, anyways. So who cares?
Mm.
Yeah, true.
So if that was Linda Carter, Ian, and she liked the carpet, how would you feel about that?
I would be devastated because Linda Carter is a fucking goddess as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that would
To
just
be fair,
break my
just
heart.
because she's been queered doesn't mean that she's going to exclusively slam the clam. She could be doing other things as well.
That is true.
Yeah, she could like more than just one thing, Brown.
That is true. I mean, do you remember
Some
that bit
people
in
like shell food, and some people like sausages, and some people like both.
That's
Do
right.
you- if you want to go that far, do you remember that bit in that James Bond film where I can't remember where the guy he's
I'm
tied to a
vegan, by the way.
chair and the guy goes up to him and he kind of puts his hand on his leg, doesn't he? I can't remember what film that was. And he says you should try going with a man or something like that. And Bond says, who says I haven't. Do you remember that? What
Yeah.
film was that from?
Yeah,
Even then, they
Skyfall.
were trying it on with the sexuality of a hero.
Oh,
It's
Mr.
ridiculous.
Bond.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was one of the Craig films, right?
Yes, it was.
Skyfall.
I think it was like the second or third one. I could be wrong.
Skyfall.
Yes,
When,
Skyfall, the third one.
Yeah. Ooh, Mr. Bond.
Javier, but what's his name? The
Javier
Spanish
Bardem. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it.
And I was like, what? That's what? I was
What?
like, why? Why? I was like, why? You know what I mean? So you knew it was coming. So I'm not surprised with Wonder
it's
Woman.
coming.
Bond exploring
Rennie,
his
behave.
sexuality.
Rennie, behave.
Hey,
Listen,
Bring in
maybe,
the
maybe that'll
smuts
be
to
the
Mr.
that'll be the
Brown Lights,
next
Rennie out.
that'll be the next James Bond movie. You know, his entire trilogy will be exploring his gender
Sexuality.
identity and his sexuality. Yeah.
Yeah, there'd be a scene in it where he subdues a man. You know what
maybe
I mean?
he'll have like a device in his private parts that can kill, like, you know, the enemies. So he'll have to sleep with them all to kill
a
them.
vice, a nut vice.
It'll be like the gun from Dusk Till Dawn. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah. What about
I can't
Hugh?
say-
Hugh's gay now. Do you know what I mean? What's that all about? Yeah, it's just
Oh yeah, he is gay now.
rubbish.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, Themyscira is literally an island packed full of clunge. So
What a horrible thing to say. Yeah.
Is there any men on that island?
no,
Yes.
Other
Steve
than
Trevor.
Chris
Yeah,
Pine.
Trevor.
Steve Trevor, mate.
Yeah.
yes, he's just
Okay.
there to reinforce that once you've met the right guy.
Yeah.
I will say
Exactly.
Chris Pine, lucky bastard, yeah. Okay. We feel like we're bogging. Anyway.
No, we're discussing. Big difference between bogging and discussing. You know what I mean?
Plus, you'd pick the topics, Brown.
Yeah.
I do, and that's what's worrying, isn't it? Here you go, I've been burgled, which is not a good place to be honest. I've been
No.
burgled in the past. Golden Clunge.
It still doesn't explain why she had an accent and everybody else didn't have an accent on that island.
Clamaraker.
They did. It just wasn't as strong as hers, but they did.
They did.
They
Yeah,
did.
like they all had an accent on that island. It just wasn't as
Which
pronounced.
one? It was all very American as far as I could remember.
You go,
Her
XBT,
mom and her aunt,
Clunge
especially.
Finger.
Her mum and her
Clunge
aunt.
Finger.
Plunge finger.
I'm gonna persevere. Clunge Finger.
Da-na, da-na, da-na-na.
Clunge Finger.
Clunge Finger.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Yeah.
Ooh, that smells. Da-na-na-na. Let's move on. Oh yes.
Good.
Ian, did you see this? We're starting
I
to.
did, and quite frankly, I
look at
don't.
that.
It's making me not care about Doctor Who
Yes.
now. I really
Absolutely.
don't give a shit about Doctor Who anymore now. I really don't.
What
Like, don't try to
pisses
draw
me
us
off.
in. Don't
Just
do it.
just when you don't think it can get any worse, they pull fucking Joe Wiley out.
Mm.
You mean
What?
Chris Chibnall? That's the worst thing in this
Yeah.
film.
And like
No.
right,
Joe
And he's-
Wiley. Moving on.
did anybody think like him standing in front of Stephen Moffat was deliberate?
Mm.
Because Moffat's in the background, and he was a better writer than Chibnall. Not too much better, but he was a better writer.
They're just playing the same record for these three. I mean, it just looks
sorry.
like 2000, doesn't it? What they're presenting with us with David Tennant, it just looks like the 2000 version. I want
Yeah.
to see something new.
I
don't
think
wanna
they're
be
just trying to
watching
New
show.
Who?
New Who.
I think they're trying to show unity between these three writers, aka a
Unity.
message being sent like, well, we're not going to stray too far from Chibnall's like ideas, and I don't like that.
Nor do I. I just think Doctor Who's done now.
I always thought when RTD returned, I was like, he's not who you think he is. Don't be fooled by this. We're in a new era, and he's going to show his ass. And sure enough, so far he's been doing that.
I when I think about it carefully, I think these three have literally destroyed Doctor Who. Moffat destroyed Doctor
Wow.
Who by introducing the War Doctor, which should have been Paul McGann, and Russell T destroyed Doctor Who
Yeah, but
by
he didn't
adding
want
too
to
much
do it, did-
sexuality
though, did he?
rubbish into the series. And
Well, no,
Chibnall
it wasn't
just
McGann. It
basically
was
destroyed the whole thing, the whole canon of it. Those three are literally destroying Doctor Who. If you look at it carefully,
Sorry, Rennie, what did he say?
Oh no, you're fine. It wasn't McGann that didn't want to do it. It's that Moffat didn't want McGann to
Exactly.
do it. He
Oh,
did the
okay,
Night of the
okay.
Doctor, which was
Yeah,
like a little
okay.
prequel to that. But
Yeah.
it was what's his face, the Ninth Doctor. I can't
Yeah, they only
remember
did.
his name.
they
Didn't
only
want to
did-
do it.
No. Well, they only did the Night of the Doctor because they suddenly realized there was a hole in the plot, so they needed McGann to change into the War Doctor once they created
Yeah.
the War Doctor. But right, Chris Eccleston, do you remember the first time? in
That's
first
the Doctor I'm
episode,
thinking of.
Yeah, the
He didn't
first
want to
episode,
do it.
He touches his ears and he goes, "Oh, I don't look too bad." So in other words, right, he couldn't have been the War Doctor because if he didn't know what he looked like himself, so
Yeah.
it had to be Paul McGann. But they didn't. They created this new Doctor for some unknown fucking reason to actually destroy the whole of the whole.
But
of
I thought the
way
reason they
Doctor
did
is.
that is because Eccleston refused
No.
to return. They couldn't
No.
get him back.
If they couldn't get Eccleston, the logical thing to do is go to McGann. But they
No,
didn't
and
do
I
that.
agree, but
Here you go, folks.
Moffat didn't want to.
Actually, the Megageek, I think you've got a Stooge account here, Ian.
Ooh,
You know
that's
what?
me.
I don't care. I just don't fucking care anymore.
I think that might be Andrew, but I'm not sure.
I'm still going to watch it though.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to watch it, but I don't have any faith in it anymore. And you know what? I won't go out my way to watch it either. So I watch it when
So
I
if
can.
Dan asks you, you'll go out of your way.
No, well, Dan's a friend. If he asks me, I'll watch it. Obviously, for
But he
him.
wants you to watch it because
I know
I
he
want you to
does.
watch it.
I know he does, but I
So
don't.
you're going to watch it then? Is what you're saying?
I don't get excited when Dan goes, "Oh, what about that guy? He was the third
Oh,
Cyberman
poor Dan,
to
leave
the
him
left."
alone. Poor
Yeah,
Dan.
and he's crazy about that. I'm like, no, that's just not.
We need to get Dan on here one Sunday. Ask Dan if he'll come
That
on.
would be
It's been-
great, but
been
isn't this
long
like past his
overdue.
bedtime?
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
if we do something on another day, get Dan on. We'd like to.
Dan is cool.
Dan, we need your mate.
I like
John.
Dan.
You've got an open invite, mate. You always have. Okay,
I don't
so
like those three. I think they destroyed Doctor Who subtly. Two
That's
of them
harsh words,
subtly
everybody.
destroyed it, but Chibnall literally destroyed the canon. So you know,
Yeah, he tore it apart from
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
then
he
pissed down
retconned
its neck,
everything.
didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. I don't think the chat.
Move along.
Move along. Okay,
Logging.
I was going to delete this story, but I couldn't be asked to delete it and left it in. Here you go. Marvel will begin to meet with writers to hear pitches for their X-Men movie. Source, deadline.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Anybody care? Anybody care?
Was that an impression of the drinker?
It was, yeah.
Anybody care? Anybody say anything? Or we
Don't
just move?
know.
No,
I
I mean,
Yes.
it's not interesting because you know for a fact that they'd have to tie it into the MCU, and the
Yeah.
MCU's world building is already fucked beyond recognition. So
yeah.
if you're trying to build something new on something that's already broken, it's not gonna work unless they try and do their own separate X-Men universe. But then how will it be better, or what other stories are you gonna tell the Fox
Well-
hasn't already in like 7
Well,
movies?
everybody's
We-
saying
we
X
already
then,
kinda had
X
that with
day, X day,
Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they had a
Exactly.
separate X-Men universe, and you know, so they would have to really reimagine it quite. I don't know. They just have to become really creative with it, and I don't think they can. I mean, what storylines are you going to do that can't be done before? If you touch Dark Phoenix again, nobody's going to want to watch it. I mean, like, you know, and the comics were amazing, and they, you know, I just don't think MCU is worthy of touching it.
No.
And
I think
I
with-
get that Deadpool 3 is coming out with Wolverine in it. Hopefully, if the writers strike ends soon. But
I think if you're going
I
to do
don't know.
X-Men, I think you have to concentrate on the kind of am I allowed to say this word?
What? Which
Okay.
word?
Right, so race. Anyway, they have to
You can
concentrate
say
on that
race.
because no, you know what I mean. They have to concentrate on that because in the comics, that was all about. It was about ordinary people shunning away people that had powers
Mutants.
and mutants.
Yeah.
So I think they have to concentrate on that more so than the Phoenix saga or this saga or whatever.
Yeah,
because
but
that's
the Fox X-Men movies already covered that pretty decently.
Yeah.
but not
the
in the
X-Men
film.
being
Yeah,
outcast.
no, not so much though, because they did it in the first one, right? And then they just went on to the Phoenix
good.
thing and all that kind of stuff. So
Well, but no,
I
they
think
they
they have to
did
do
it
more so. They have to do it more so
because they
if
even
they
had
create
the
a new
mutant
one.
cure. Like,
but that
they
was the
had
third one, and the
Leech.
third one was absolute
Yeah,
shite. Let's
it was
face
crap.
it was only a small part
But
of
they
that
had the
story.
Sentinels in Days of Future Past, which
No,
addressed that as well.
but they didn't have the
And
proper Sentinels, right?
well, they
The
did
proper-
for half a second in the 70s.
They had half
they
a
did.
mask that fell down off one of the Sentinels. That was it. Come
No,
on.
they had a proper Sentinel in the beginning of Days of Future Past, or the 70s portion
Yeah,
of
when
it.
they
It
were
was
in the
close
future,
to the
yeah.
comic book, but of course it didn't look like the comic, because the comic book one looked more like, or the old school comic book one looked like a guy with a helmet on.
Yes.
And that didn't really look like a robot
A
to
guy
me,
with
so
a
I
helmet,
liked
wow.
what they did with it. Yeah, exactly.
But
So I don't know. I
Waka
think they did
waka.
fairly well with the look, but
no,
that's just me.
I think they never focus on it solely. They need to focus on it solely. I reckon that's what they should do. The Sentinels are a big part of
This
But
is where it's-
MCU isn't going to do that. They're
No,
not
they're
going to
not.
be able
They're
to.
not.
This
No.
is where it's been going wrong. Jamalama, the LGBTQIAX man.
Men.
Very good.
Moving on.
Lord
Will they call it the
Enforce-
X-Men?
No, it's going to be called the They Thems.
Extums.
And also, doesn't Rogue look really sexy in the comics in that skin tight costume and that accent?
They all look
Well,
really
and she's
sexy in the
really
comics.
strong. And
Yeah.
who is that she defeats to get the power of flight and stuff? I mean, she just after
Miss
that she just
Marvel.
becomes a
Miss
force to
Marvel.
be reckoned with. Yes, Miss
Miss
Marvel.
Marvel. She defeats
It's
Miss Marvel.
amazing. Rogue is an awesome character in the comics.
You go, Jim D. I think Bryan Singer might have a pitch. High school X-Men. Dirty little boy.
But
Naughty.
It is true, because if you read the comics, right, they haven't done Gambit yet. Well, they did, but they didn't.
They didn't do them properly.
They've been trying to do Gambit for what, over a decade now?
Yeah,
I don't even understand what's going on.
Remember, he was rumored to be in both Apocalypse and Days of Future Past, and played by Channing Tatum, but then that fell through. Yeah.
Gambit used to be a quiz show in the UK in the 1970s and
Well,
80s.
Gambit was a comic book character
You're
before
welcome
that.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, so are we looking forward to it? No.
No.
They're just not going to
No, thanks.
do it. They, thems, everybody. Let's move on. Okay.
Looks like how I feel.
According to at Variety, Oppenheimer will not break the, what's that say?
The billion.
1 billion mark.
$1 billion barrier at the global box office. And
He looks like
finish-
Rennie's husband.
That's
little bit, yeah.
not. Have you seen my husband?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
he
he is, right there.
he probably looks like that.
No, my husband's sexy. Cillian Murphy did not look sexy in this movie.
He's like, this lamb doesn't taste good. That's what he's
And then his eyes
No, he's
starts to
downstairs
twitch.
like unbuttoning his pants after eating all
What?
that food. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
950 million it's going to finish on, apparently, folks.
Good.
It's
movie.
not
Yeah, for something that's
Although-
essentially a biopic, that's an incredibly good amount of money. For
An
if any other
R-rated
director had made
biopic.
it would not have made anywhere near that amount of cash. That's
Although it just says
incredible for the type
here,
of film that it is.
It's the most successful
Oscar
biopic
season
in
may
the
push it
whole
over.
world. You know that,
Yeah.
don't you?
Sorry,
Really?
I talked over you.
Most,
sorry.
yeah, it's the most successful biopic ever.
I would like to see it hit a
It was
billion. though.
R-rated, right?
I think he'll do a bill once it wins a couple of Oscars.
There you have it,
over.
folks. Mr. Brown has said it will do $1 billion. That means it definitely won't, and in fact, it'll probably be revised down by about
That's
$300
the
million.
end of the stream,
an accounting error.
everybody. Mr. Brown fucked it. Sorry. Let's go home. Bye, everybody. See you
Like the
next week.
Flash. How much money did the
Stupid
Flash make in the end?
Not enough.
Not quite $1 billion, was it?
I said in my stupid naivete that because we're in such an upside down world, it'd be so crazy that it'd make $1 billion.
Mm.
I was wrong.
But think,
I
no,
put
thing
my
is
hands up.
though,
I was wrong, everybody. I was
No,
wrong.
but Ian though,
You know, it takes
I
a lot
thought
for
you
a
had a
man
good,
to say that.
you had a good case there. Yeah, you had a good case there because the trailer looked really good, and I was almost convinced that it was going to make that amount of money. But when we saw the film, we realised it wasn't.
It certainly wasn't the worst film I've seen. And the main thing I love about this channel is that we talk about Oppenheimer, then we just start well, we ignore it and start talking about the Flash. Moving on.
I mean, is Oppenheimer the highest grossing R-rated film ever? Because I knew that belonged to Deadpool. So first it
No,
was
it's,
Passion of Christ, then it was
biopic.
Deadpool.
No, it's the most successful biopic. Ever.
Biopic. All right.
I enjoyed the movie, and we say this every time. If you've not seen it, folks, it is worth 3 hours of your time.
In IMAX. Watch it in IMAX.
Go
It
see.
was
If
great.
you've not watched it, folks, go on, push it over the billion.
Okay,
For
so
my sanity, if
Oppenheimer
anything.
is the second highest grossing R-rated film in history.
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
it
the
Deadpool?
first one is Joker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Joker hit over a
Yeah.
billion.
Here you go, Jim D. Odd sex scene though. Yeah, I don't think it needed it, but
Yeah, it
I
was
didn't
very
need it all, did it?
awkward.
No.
thing is, if it had been made 25 years ago, we wouldn't have batted an eyelid. It's just the way it is nowadays. Yeah.
That stupid bit where they're just sitting in a chair naked. I thought, what's the point in that?
Yeah,
What was the point?
just to see some nakedness.
Just to see Florence Pugh's boobs, you know.
I think it
That's
was obviously something to do with later on when he was in the hearing and he saw, spoilers, you know who, in the chair again in his mind. So I think that's what that was for. But anyway,
I was trying to make a portmanteau of Florence Pugh's boobs, but it just came out as Florence Pubes, which is it kind of works.
We don't really want to see that.
Lord, you're not saying much tonight, but when you do, you're on point.
Oh God!
This is
kissing his
my
ass again.
6th stream this week, I think it is.
What?
I'm running on empty.
This
Yeah,
is
I did.
funny.
I did 2 on my birthday, and then I did Open Bar on Thursday. I did an EFAP yesterday, and I'm here today, and B-Sub starts again tomorrow. So I am reserving myself.
Dirty
Happy
little
birthday!
stop out.
Missed your birthday. Happy birthday!
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we sang to him on his birthday.
What did you?
God, it was horrendous.
Then you made me watch fucking Ahsoka.
Man, I
but
tuned
you
out
love it,
before
you
that
love it, you
happened.
love
That
it.
makes me so mad. I missed it.
Super chats. Z, is this kind of? It's more of an orange, but are you available, please?
I most certainly am. Peter Pidrak in the chat for 1999 says, so in one of those moments that will live in infamy in a gaming group, we've got to the pawn shop after our adventure. Is there anything really cool? Laser rifle? Throw percentile if it's 99. You find out. He rolled a 99. What a jammy git.
Cheers, Peter. So,
I did once play a game of Dungeons and Dragons with a friend of mine who had to leave for the second game. No, he wasn't leaving there for the first game. So we made a character. He was turning up for the second game. We made his character for him. And just, completely inadvertently, not trying to level an insult or anything, he turned out to be probably the most stupid person on the face of the planet who failed a bluff test against a tree. We had to swing across a tree to get to the other side. And he decided that, I'm going to bluff the tree. And the tree said, basically, no, it's over that way, mate. And he said, okay, I'll take that. And then just left and got lost. So, stupidity in board games. Quite fun.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but it sounds
I've
fun.
never played
I have.
Dungeons and Dragons board games ever. So I don't
Here you go.
understand them. They're too complicated.
Dr. Iceman, I can't say it. Iceman Da Doctor. I don't understand D&D. Neither do I, mate.
Neither.
To be fair, I've only played it like 3 or 4 times, and I was absolutely wasted every single time. And one of my special weapons, someone invented this giant, huge, golden magic dildo sword. That's the kind of thing we played. I don't remember what the rules are.
steal it?
I just remember it being funny.
You're like, it's mine now. I'm taking it.
Okay, let's move on. I really do hope it makes a bill. It will.
Oh, it'll make
I
a
think-
billion when
yeah, it's
they
just
have
gonna
the re-release.
Plus the DVDs and the Blu-rays. It's definitely going to do a bill.
People still buying DVDs these days?
I mean,
Yeah.
Blu-rays.
Oh,
They buy
wow.
Blu-ray,
Yeah.
They buy
Yeah,
like
I buy
Blu-ray or
Blu-ray.
collector's edition
Okay.
stuff. They don't buy
Um,
usual DVDs anymore.
I will say again, folks, if you've not seen it, try and go see it while it's on at the theatres. It's worth
it.
It is worth your time.
It is worth your time.
Speaking of
Bargain.
DVDs, this is past now, isn't it? Netflix will mail its final DVD on September 29.
So it's already gone. Do you know what it was?
Yeah, that's yesterday.
No.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Weapons of Mass Destruction.
No, it was Coen Brothers' True Grit.
Really?
Are they going to send it back though?
No, all the DVDs are sending out. They're saying people can keep.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Wow, that's generous.
That's a good deal.
I didn't know they were still doing the whole DVD
Yeah, they
thing.
were.
So when I
D&D.
saw that, I was like, wait, what? So I'm shocked that they were even still doing that. I thought it was all digital with their
Yeah, I'm shocked that they
apps.
even still had clients doing that.
Yeah.
There's still blockbusters around as well. If you know.
Well, there's
in
one
America.
blockbuster, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's one in the United States, but I don't remember where it is.
There's one in
There's-
England as well.
No.
Still operating.
Here you go, Bijot. I get deep. Well, you can keep them now, Bijot. Keep them. I remember when my ex-girlfriend, when I used to go visit her in Edinburgh 10 years ago. Yeah. There used to be the little envelope with DVDs. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to
I've
send them
never
back as well,
experienced
don't you?
Netflix.
Yeah.
Man, I remember like when I was a kid, because when I was growing up, well, in my mid-teen years, didn't have so much money, so all the money that I had, I would basically just keep it and go and buy DVDs after, so that I could watch director's commentary for the first time. Because most of the time, I just used to buy bootleg DVDs off the street.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah. Oh yeah.
I used to work for Blockbuster Video, so I used to always get the releases first.
Dude,
So-
we
yeah,
didn't
so-
have Blockbuster over
did
there.
you?
Like in Ghana, Blockbuster it never has been there.
Oh, right.
Here you go, folks. This is sending my mind to a dark place. In the chat, Nicola Sturgeon and Mr. Brown. No.
Stream killer, stream killer,
Stream killer.
Stream killer.
stream killer. Oh, I don't
Dead,
know.
everybody.
Oh,
Moving
God.
on.
Move along.
Rumor. Guess what, folks? Another rumor. Although it's the internet, so it's probably true. Rumor. Disney CEO Bob Iger scraps 2 previously announced Star Wars movies.
I can absolutely believe this, but then I've been saying for ages that like the 3 ones that we were told were going to happen first. You have the Filoni wrap-up film, you have the history, the Origin of the Jedi one, and you have the New Jedi Order one with Rey. And of those, I could only see one of those happening. I don't think the Filoni film will happen because the shows aren't popular enough to warrant the cash. I don't think there's any interest at all in a Jedi Origin thing. I don't think they've got sort of the legs to go on with that one. The only one I can see happening is the Rey film of all of them, which is really testament to how bad a place Star Wars is. Because it could be the Taika film, who knows? But I have a feeling it's going to be the 2 I've mentioned.
Ray film. What the? Seriously.
Should we just sit here in silence for the next 2 hours?
No.
How can something just so fucking incredible?
So if
go
this
down
thing,
the shitter so
if this
badly?
thing is part of her head, right? And
The cat,
Ahsoka, yeah. Why can't they just use the lightsaber just to cut it or something?
Yeah,
When
cut it
when
off.
hurt her,
Oh,
cut it
Ian,
off.
that's very
Make her all
dark.
bald.
I know, but it's obvious, isn't it?
Bullshit. A lot
Yeah,
of
it's
Star
like
Wars stuff
flesh,
is dark,
so-
so might as well just cut it off and let her live like all scalped or whatever you want to
Yeah,
call
but
it.
Mm.
Does it
sabers
grow
don't
back?
cause injury anymore, so
They
it's
don't,
a
do they?
completely
Oh yeah, it's
wasted.
true.
And also, you can stop it by using the force as well. If somebody tries to hit you with a lightsaber, if you have the force, you can stop them. Apparently,
Mhm.
so it's all changed for the worse.
Somebody will write a very large book one day about this and how it went wrong.
Yeah, the death of Star Wars, massive encyclopedia-sized book.
Mm.
Has anybody wrote it yet? Do we know?
I think
I've
Probably-
actually technically
probably
written a book
Platoon.
on The
It's what-
Mandalorian. Yeah. The combined 2 parts of my review script for Mando season 3 it's somewhere between 70 and 120,000 words. It's a book length. I
Yeah,
could
it did feel
actually
like
turn
a
it
book,
into a book.
yes. Yeah.
You
You
get
can do an
somebody
audio
to,
book. You got the
yeah,
audio book,
yeah,
right?
you can get somebody to
Yeah.
rewrite it and stuff, and just by using your videos, that'd be cool.
Is this true? Here we go. Wayland, sorry, chat moved up. Wayland Persephus. Mauler's working on it. Is that true, Lord? Do we know?
I could imagine.
More.
I can imagine, but no, not that I'm aware of.
Is he English, Mauler?
No, he's Welsh.
Welsh.
Yeah, he's Welsh.
Okay.
Taff, yeah.
All right.
God. It's so fucking depressing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Stream
Well,
killer.
yeah, I mean, like Disney is done. Like for Star Wars, they've completely killed it. They've killed the faith in the franchise. They've killed everything except maybe Andor. But even then, you know that the faith in the franchise is dead because Andor wasn't pulling in any numbers.
One person did it.
And
It's
I'll
not
say a lot of
true.
good things about, and I'll say a lot of good things about Andor, but Andor is not a franchise saver by any means. Like it's the thing that really should have come out on the back of a successful film franchise. It's not something you should be basing your entire cinematic franchise off of. But that's what they've done. They're pouring all of this cash into these TV productions. The budget for Mando season 3 is something like $150 million. That's, well, the creators come out for $80 million. You can do a feature film, a pretty big budget feature film for that amount of money. You can make it look good, as the creator has proven apparently with $80 million. Writing is not that expensive, and that's really what you need to save the thing. Star Wars can only be saved in the cinema, is where it was born, and it's where it so far has died. Disney Plus shows, even if they are good, and I will still say that Andor is, Disney Plus shows will never save it.
I will say, folks, if you've got access to watch Ahsoka and you fancy watching the creator, just go watch the creator one day and then watch some Ahsoka the following day, or do it the other way around, and just see the difference. Well, effectively, was it twice? It was twice the expense, wasn't it, Ahsoka? Than, or was it even more?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, just unbelievable.
They recorded all their stuff in the volume too, which is supposed to make it cheaper, I guess.
Apparently, some of the creator stuff was filmed in the volume as well, but I wouldn't have guessed where.
Oh,
that's the thing. It's used properly. It's a really, really good tool. It was revolutionary when it came out. It does actually, generally speaking, improve VFX because you have something
look at the
equivalent to natural lighting. Yeah, look at the Batman is a really good example. But also, you don't have to account for fake lighting if the lighting is generated by effectively digital scenery that's on set with you. It does a really good job in a lot of instances. It's just the way it's overused, much like any technology, the way it's used and the way it's overused is sort of ruining its reputation unjustly, I think.
Here you go, Ian. Obscure artiste. Star Wars was derailed in 1980 when he parted ways with Kurt and Marcia Lucas.
I don't think so.
I think that's true. No,
I don't think
Kurtz
so.
was the George rein it in.
Well, he kind of found God, and that's why he left. But I don't think so. I think George Lucas had a good hold on it after they left, but obviously he hadn't directed anything. So when he did the prequels, it was awful, wasn't it?
Everybody needs something to say. Pack it in, son.
Yep.
But it's the funny thing about Star Wars, and it's testament to how much people love it. If you actually go back through all the Star Wars films, even before the Disney stuff, which most sensible people agree is shit, go back through the first 6 Star Wars films. There's one excellent film in there. There's one pretty good film in there. There's one film in there. There's a couple of films in there, and there's one film in there. It's not actually got a huge amount of success in terms of quality. But it's so brilliant and imaginative, and the original love still persists. That even though the prequels did sort of divide the fan base, no one really looked at them, I don't think, and said, "I absolutely can't detest it. This is ruining everything about Star Wars." Most people looked at it and said, "Well, look, it looks a bit Star Warsy. I guess it's part of Star Wars, even if I don't really like it very much, and I wish it had been better." The sequels come along, and everyone says, "Well." Again, sensible people say, no, this is not only is this a shit film, but it's also killed Star Wars. But Star Wars as a whole is not actually a hugely quality high production. It's got, one truly excellent film to its name, but everyone loves it. And I understand why, but it is only one.
I don't know. I think the first three Star Wars films, they broke ground. And even the prequels broke ground visual effects wise. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what people were attracted to most of all. Obviously, they loved Star Wars and they came to see the prequels and stuff like that. But the effects for those days were pretty groundbreaking, weren't they? And I think George Lucas was focused on that when he was making all the films. It's a shame he didn't concentrate on the last.
Here you go, Wayland Persephus for $2. Filoni's wife is a devil worshipper and communist. Probably. Garth Knight, big supporter of this very channel for $5. Brownie, that's me. I got a laugh at your intro, imagining Bob and KK at a swanky military-style decommissioning ceremony for the Star Cruiser. It's depressing, if anything.
Yeah. I don't know. Star Wars is dead. Doctor Who's dead. Star Trek is dead.
Yeah.
James Bond's dead as well.
Yeah, he literally is dead. James Bond.
Yeah. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. everything.
Yeah.
We love.
And Indiana Jones, he's dead as well.
Yeah.
Here you go, Amelia Bedelia. The prequels were all fur coat and no knickers.
That is true. That is true. But
they still felt like Star Wars.
Yeah, and especially they were really cool. So for the time.
Right, let's move on.
What's this? Oh, for God's sake.
Speaking of, here you go, Lucas Star Wars girl. Go. We've heard this before. Go woke, go broke. Disney. Today, the Galactic Star Cruiser has shut down for good.
Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah, an overpriced hotel that would have never worked ever, even
Wasn't
if
it
it
like-
wasn't Star Wars based. I mean, even if this wasn't a Star Wars hotel, this would never have worked just because of the price alone.
I was going to say, that's the one with the ridiculous, like, per night price, right?
Yeah.
I think the average holiday was
That's
£5,000 to
insane.
£6,000.
I can't afford that.
It's all set in the sequel trilogy era, so you're not going to get that much interest off the bat. It's just like Galaxy's Edge. If they'd actually focused on like the original trilogy, it probably would have had a lot more longevity to it, as opposed to just dying on its feet.
Yeah, I mean, here are some prices that I looked up right now. So it says Disney Star Wars Hotel will cost $4,809 for 2 people, or $5,999 for 4 people, based on a 2-night midweek package.
Wow. No thanks.
So, yeah, no one was going to pay for that. It's a shitty business model, you know.
I'm pretty sure the Lord can afford that.
But would he want to? No.
Exactly.
Yeah, so minimum pricing would probably, it's the one I said. So it's 1,200. It can, so lowest pricing per individual is $749 per night. The lowest pricing for
the reason I could afford that is that I wouldn't spend money on shit like that. No one sensible would do that. That's such oh my god.
Yeah, it's for 2 nights. Like, Jesus, man, I'd rather just go and blow that money in Vegas.
Well, put it this way, if I was spending that money to go to the hotel, I would want to see Jesus in person.
Oh,
For that kind of money, I would expect a Sophie Titwank from Admiral Holdo herself.
The thing is that everybody agrees it should have been it should be Han Solo, C-3PO, R2-D2, the whole thing should have been that. But
if this had been just normal Star Wars, maybe $1,000 for say 3 days, 3-4 days, all the original characters.
Yeah,
it'd have made a fortune. This, but no, KK. Is it KK?
I mean, even I think that if they had put it, because what they need is for it to be at full capacity most of the time for them to make a profit out of it. And so just reducing the price to probably something around, let's say, $500 or $600, even if it's per person for 2 or 3 nights, I'm sure that would have helped a lot.
All inclusive, blah blah blah. Yeah, it'd have done pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. They just wanted to make it super expensive for
they
no
were
reason.
Taking the piss.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's proper exploitation. Because if you look at the internal pictures, the rooms that you're sleeping in, $6,000 for a 2-week hotel, you'd expect something actually 5-star, not to be shoved in like the trash compactor
I was going to
the
say, because
starship.
aren't they tiny anyways? Like, the rooms aren't big enough to, like, really, enjoy anyways.
Yeah, they don't even look like 5-star hotel standard. So it's weird. It seems like a container that they just revitalized and made into a room. That's it. They added air conditioning.
Then you get to go and you get to spend $300 on bespoke Star Wars cocktails while some woman in green face paint dances and pretends to sing Twi'lek and then goes back and cries into her bed sheets at night wondering what the fuck her life has become. That's kind of the entire Star Wars hotel experience.
I wonder if the tonic water was flat as well, but anyway.
Probably
Lord, are you
was,
available to... Yeah, probably would be, wouldn't it? But expensive flat tonic water. Are you available to read a super chat, please?
I am from Jimbo Jambo for $10. Remember the episode of South Park where the Family Guy writer's room was two manatees choosing random prompts? What do you think the Lucasfilm writer's room looks like? I'm going with crab people.
Yeah, that works. And yeah, that was a great episode, by the way. So it was a 2-parter, I think. But yeah.
Very good episode.
What was the alien? What we said? Something fucked a parrot. What was it?
What?
The parrot fucked the frog or whatever it was.
Yeah, what was that alien, Z?
What?
The one
like parrots fucked a frog.
Yeah, parrot fucked a frog. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Looked really weird.
Totally confused. Anyway.
It was side of feet. Anyway, okay. So it's closed down. It's been decommissioned, everybody. Much like the Imperial Star Destroyers on Ahsoka. Decommissioned.
Do we know how much money it took them to build the Star Cruiser hotel?
All of it. You go, Iceman, that doctor, a frog fucked a parrot. That is the highlight of Ahsoka for me.
The Galactic Star Cruiser cost an estimated $400 million to build.
Yikes!
Pocket change. That's what it is.
But, okay, why are they? Why did they just completely reprice it, recost it?
Because they're idiots. That's why.
Yeah.
How can they lose that amount? Fucking hell! That's
How
just
could they come up with that idea in the first place? For God's sake.
mind blowing.
Well, I think it's quite, it's quite representative of Disney's state of mind at this point, just giving you the pricing, the amount of money that they're spending on the Galactic Star Cruiser itself, and the fact that they're just willing to throw it away after, they know that they're not making money off of it. So it just give you a glimpse of the business mindset behind Disney now.
Cut and run. Unbelievable. Just fucking believable. Anyway, okay.
£6,000 for a 2-night stay. Funnily enough, I think to make the money back, they would have needed 66,666 package holidays to make that money back.
Okay. I saw this on the Twats. Somebody has built a, is it ATST?
Yes. Yeah, 80. Yeah.
That's real, folks. Doesn't that look amazing?
That's pretty cool.
That is actually really, really cool. I bet you he just built it for his kid randomly.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Did he make it a
If he'd done
cardboard?
that, it would have cost like $300 million. And you could stay in it for a small price of £50,000 a night.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have used the original trilogy stuff, would they?
Nope.
No.
It'd have been 25% different. It'd probably had one leg or something. I don't know.
What, it would have to hop in order to move instead of walking. It just kind of hops along.
That's
Or
right.
it'd be like a non-binary ATST walker or something.
Man, it would be cool if the top part also opens up so you can see the stars at night. That would be really cool.
There
That
you go,
would be worth
Jimba
the price.
Jamba. I'd pay $6,000 to stay in that for the night. There you go.
Yeah.
6K.
There are a few. Look at that. I will agree with that. Look at that. Yes. Look at that. I won't read Black Lives or Black Votes. In fact, shall I? Shall I put it on screen?
Don't know.
No.
No, I'm not gonna. Although I do like the sentiment.
Pew, 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 pew.
There you go. Yeah.
Pew, pew.
should be rainbow coloured.
Yeah. It's amazing how people unconnected with Star Wars do better Star Wars than the company.
The problem with
produces
this
Star
is
Wars.
that the legs are too thin when you look at the real models
Yeah.
in the film.
Oh,
But that's
so
pretty
spoiling
good
it.
for somebody just building
Yeah,
it from
exactly.
nothing,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
mean,
I think that's why he put the pole in the middle to have it stand up. If he had made the
Yeah.
legs thicker, it probably could have stood up on its own.
Mm.
That's fantastic, everybody. Look at that. Let's move on.
mhm.
Move along.
Oh, look at that.
No, no.
Happy birthday,
Boing.
Brie. You look,
Please don't.
Brie,
see-
you look good.
You
Happy
need a
birthday,
pair of shoes,
darling.
Why would
Brie.
you even put that on here? What is wrong with you?
Because it's Bree's
Beautiful.
birthday. We have to.
Happy birthday, fellow Libran. Happy birthday.
He wants to lick your toes.
No, I don't.
Lies.
Well, thank God there's no
if you
toes
sort
in that
of
photograph.
squint and make your eyes go blurry, it could be Dylan Mulvaney.
Could be.
Oh,
She doesn't.
That's-
She doesn't.
Oh.
She doesn't look attractive there. She just looks like a little boy. That's what she looks like there. You know.
Just like Dylan Mulvaney.
You heard it here first. Brown has a certain type.
You know what?
Am I hallucinating or something then, Ian?
Why didn't she just put her hair down like
you should
hair
you should
makes her
see
face and stuff, you know?
Mr. Brown. You should see the promotional pictures that she has on the red carpets for Fast and Furious 10. Now those are some good images.
Mm. Was she
Very,
wearing
very good.
flip flops?
Oh,
Good images.
very, very good looking woman, in my opinion.
Oh, for God's sake, she's so plain. It's ridiculous.
How come she
Oh,
can't
shut up.
fix her feet with that kind of money that
Plain.
she makes?
Exactly.
Here you go, Max Voomfondel. Hey, I'm Libran too. 53 on Tuesday. Happy
Oh,
birthday,
happy
fellow
birthday, Max.
In
Libran.
advance, yeah.
Happy birthday, yes.
Happy birthday, Max.
So,
best
Brown, are you
star
excited
sign
about
ever.
next month?
What,
Oh,
is
yes.
Brie going to take her shoes off?
No.
November's approaching,
November.
everybody. My favourite month of the year,
That's
November.
right.
It's cold, wet, miserable.
What's happening in November?
It's Brown's favorite month.
Well, it's
Oh, is it?
raining. It's dark.
Oh,
It's
okay.
miserable.
Like
Are you
Marvel,
Batman,
Marvel
Mr.
Universe.
Brown?
you know?
Mr. Brown
talk-
likes rain, darkness. He likes
I love it.
brooding.
I
You
embrace
sure you're
it.
not Bruce Wayne?
That's why
See,
you
I
like
love that kind of
Brie.
stuff.
Mm,
Anyway,
He just likes
happy
feet.
birthday, Brie. You look incredible.
you look like a boy.
Exactly. but never mind.
Feminine.
Nikki Rellahan for £2. That's real money, folks. All the panel wants a footsie, one way or another. I think Brie needs a footsie work, but not in that way. Anyway,
What if she starts
Okay.
rubbing you with her foot? You know, you're at dinner and she does the old foot thing
Oh,
across the
wow,
table.
these images in my
as long as she's
head.
waving it, if she's wearing
Listen.
slippers or something, yes, fair.
No,
fair
bear
enough.
has to be bear.
Nasty little.
Bare feet. You know what you do? You take like a belt, you strap her feet together, and you give her a pedicure. So at least she can escape.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah, fuck these lot. They don't know what they're on about. Thanks, Tom. Yeah. Cheers, Iceman.
She's a
See, I
little
know who's got my
boy.
back.
A little boy.
Oh, you bastards. Shut up, Ian. Moving on. Happy birthday, Brie.
Hashtag Brown likes boys.
What is this? Picard the movie? Oh, for God's sakes.
Oh, that's
Seriously?
so-
Sir
No.
Patrick Stewart revealed in his new book, Via Time, that he has been gently pushing Paramount to let him and the team do one single Picard movie.
Why?
He
The
also
problem is that you can't have a man as a protagonist who, if you gently push him, will fall over
Yeah,
and never
exactly.
That's
get
what
up
I was
again.
thinking. What was he
Oh,
pushing with his
God.
walker?
And remember, he's a
Lord.
robot. He's not the real.
That's right,
He's not the
Picard
real
bot.
Picard.
that is an
Picard
issue,
pie.
yes.
So it's yeah. It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
Patrick Stewart's just too old at this point, man.
He is.
He
Yeah.
should retire. He's like what 8? Yeah, he's
Make
83.
So-
He's
He
like,
can
"Make
barely
it
he barely
so."
has any screen presence from what I've seen in
Yeah.
the Picard stuff. So
Ian, are you going to do it or shall I?
Do what?
The data line.
I love you, Data. That
I
line.
love you, data.
What a load of rubbish, eh?
What a load of old bollocks. Seriously. Oh,
It's a load of old bollocks, everybody.
It's shit, mate. It really is.
Shit. Okay.
You heard it
Oh,
from the
yeah.
Megageek. It's shit.
Yeah.
He's too old.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
He's just too old.
Here you go, Typhon. Yeah. He was. Yeah. Not good.
Do you know what? Maybe they should do a
shit.
They shouldn't do him. They should do Riker. They should have a Riker movie because Riker was pretty cool in the last Star Trek.
Yeah, Riker was. I think Riker was pleased to be there and he was enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah, I like Riker. He's still got some pencil in his
lead
in
his pencil. Even,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I think they should just leave it at season 3 of Picard.
Yeah.
Even though the season 1 and 2 get fucked. Anyway, let's move on.
Oh.
Okay, so Michael Gambon, star of Harry Potter and the Singing Detective, dies aged 82.
Good. Young.
Yeah.
82.
Yeah, it was not bad innings. I mean,
that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad until you compare it to Clint Eastwood, who's,
yeah,
probably
still
never,
kicking.
Yeah, he's probably never gonna go.
Yeah.
Did we like Gambon? I liked him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought he was a good actor.
I thought he
Really good.
was a decent Dumbledore, but he wasn't the best fit for him. I think Richard Harris set that kind of standard because he was closer to the book, but I still liked him. And I also liked him in that episode of Doctor Who, the Christmas special. He was pretty good in that too.
Was he in a Guy Ritchie movie, like Snatch or something? Or did I imagine that?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I've only probably seen him in Harry Potter because, I'm a 2000s baby, so I grew up on the Harry Potter movies. So
Are you Gen Z? Is it Gen Z?
I'm guessing 2002. Does that count as like Gen Z?
I think so. Yeah.
Don't know.
Oh,
don't know. Have you had your 21st then?
Yeah, it was February this year. So next year will be my 22nd.
I can remember being that. Actually, I can't remember being that young.
No, I can.
Okay.
Good times.
For one so young, you are so wise.
Oh, thank you. Rennie says I have an old soul, so
you do.
My body's
keep forgetting
catching
you're
up
in
to
your
me.
20s.
Yeah, you go
Layer
Moloch.
cake,
Yeah,
of
layer
course.
cake. I liked
course,
layer
yeah.
cake. Yeah,
But
I
that
liked
was
layer
it was Vaughan, wasn't it? It was Vaughan's first
Yeah, I mean,
movie.
Layer Cake is probably the reason why Daniel Craig was cast as James Bond. Actually,
Actually,
good movie.
it
It's a
is.
good movie.
It
That's a
is.
good movie.
It's a fact because
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Barbara Broccoli saw him in that and just went crazy over him.
Yeah,
So
just
there you
before. Yeah.
You go, yeah, Singing Detective was great.
He's a good actor. He's old school, so
Yeah,
that's why he was good.
Of course,
Very
this now means
charismatic.
that 2 of the 3 actors who've played Dumbledore have now died, so Jude Law should be shitting his pants
Jude
about
Law.
now.
That's right. I forgot he played Dumbledore in the Fantastic Beast.
so famous. This guy got a corner named on the Top Gear circuit. Gambon.
He did.
After him. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Because he
that
once told
last
a
corner,
reporter
yeah.
that he had no trouble playing gay characters because he tried being gay once, but he had to stop because it made his eyes water.
Well, in that
Oh
case,
my
he's doing
God.
it wrong.
Yeah. You go, Jim D. Yeah, Gambon corner. Yeah.
Alec Guinness, him, Ian Holm, they all came from the same school. John Hurt, they're all old
So
school.
was he good in? I've not seen Potter. So was he good in Potter?
He
Yeah, he
was,
was.
like I said, he wasn't
Possible.
as good as Richard Harris, but
Yeah.
he still wound up playing, a pretty decent role in it. I think that the direction they took Dumbledore was different because they wanted to separate from the original actor. So I understand why they did that, and he did really well with it.
Yeah, I liked him as Dumbledore.
Yeah, Lord, you were into Potter. Yeah, was he good? Yeah.
Reasonably. Yeah, no, I think, like Rennie said, I think the interpretation of the character was probably not the right one, and so he doesn't quite seem to fit Certainly not the book's depiction, and certainly not Richard Harris's. As an actor, though, there's no faulting him. He's always been very good. But he's did a lot of stage work as well, and you could sort of tell things were winding down. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago he said that he couldn't do theatre work anymore because he was beginning to have trouble remembering lines, for example. And it's sort of, when actors start coming out saying things like that, it's probably a sign that they're not got that long left in the industry, if not in life.
Yeah,
82 nowadays is still a good innings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
There
is.
must have been something obviously underlying. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
so,
he was in Sleepy Hollow too, the one with Johnny Depp.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
He was, yeah.
Okay.
He always
so
plays a crotchety old geezer, doesn't he? In those,
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
he could
Pretty
play you,
much.
Ian.
he could indeed, but he's
Oh, I was
not
thinking
the right
brown.
color. Do you know what I mean?
You've got blackface. Okay. So rest in
Oh,
peace. It's Sir Michael Gambon, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I believe so.
Okay. Rest in peace, mate. Okay. Let's move on.
Oh, please.
Another one. David McCallum's gone. Everybody.
He's fucking awesome. That guy. Seriously. I mean, he obviously he's known for Men from U.N.C.L.E., Ilya Kuryak and Sapphire and Steel, and also
Invisible Man.
Ducky
Yeah.
in NCIS, whatever it is, Invisible Man. Yeah, Jesus.
That's what I first saw him in, Invisible Man. I think that aired on BBC One, didn't it?
It
back in
did,
the
yeah.
70s?
What you
Yeah.
saw him in? You saw the Invisible Man.
Well,
The show.
he had a mask, didn't he? He used
Moving
to
on.
paint the mask on his face.
And then I think I caught him in the reruns and Man from U.N.C.L.E. back in
Yeah,
the
it's Man
either
from
80s
U.N.C.L.E.
or
for me,
90s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant. He was in films as well. He was in Great Escape, and he was in loads
Yeah,
of
he
different
was.
movies and stuff. Yeah.
Was it 633 Squadron? I love that film. I think it's that one, yeah, with the mosquitoes. It's
But a
fantastic.
lot of people don't know that he was only meant to be a guest star in Men from U.N.C.L.E. when it first started, because it was all about Napoleon Solo. But then a huge female fan base bombarded the studio with letters, and that's why he became a permanent fixture in Men from U.N.C.L.E. Yeah,
really did. Growing up, I really did like The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I thought it was really, really good.
Open Channel D, Open Channel D. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
There you go. Drew Gordon, yeah, 633 Squadron, which I've got a soft spot for. Great Escape, Sapphire and Steel, yeah.
I mostly know him from NCIS. That's
Yeah.
I was
probably
going to
it.
say he was really popular on the NCIS shows.
Yeah, Eraserhead. Here you go. I was in a couple episodes of
He was.
Babylon 5, yeah.
But he was 90 when he was still doing NCIS, and it was the last thing he did.
Wow.
So
What age did he pass?
90.
90. Oh.
Here you go, Smilex. The Them. Very good. Very good. In fact, it wouldn't be Uncle anymore, would it? What would it be now? Because Uncle is obviously binary for it's male specific. So what would it be? Anybody know?
It'll still be Uncle.
It couldn't be Auntie. It'd have to be something else.
They did make Women from Auntie. It was a spin-off. They did. I'm not joking. They did it, and it didn't work. So they did it. In the
It
60s.
sounds like something Adult Swim would make to parody the Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Could it be the he, him from they, them? Also in Colditz, yes.
Yes, he was. Yeah. I always thought that he was going to lose his hair when he got older, because his hair seems quite light. But even when he was in NCIS, he still had a full head of hair, didn't he?
Lucky
Are you sure it wasn't a toupee like Shaq?
Might have been, but I doubt
It didn't look like it. It didn't look like it.
Yeah, it looked like his real hair.
Honesty, yeah.
You go, well, Cephas, I like the Guy Ritchie Man from U.N.C.L.E. Yeah, I quite liked it.
I hate
Okay,
it.
I didn't like it then.
Guy Ritchie is not that great.
I keep saying this, right? How could you make a Man from U.N.C.L.E. film and not have the iconic theme? That's what Guy Ritchie did. That's how bad the movie was. I'm sorry.
I mean, hey, even the A-Team, at least they had the theme.
Exactly.
Here you go, Iceman, Da Doctor. Right, which Ian is Ian Bob?
No,
Not
I
me.
can tell you, I met him in person. Megageek is not bald. Now,
That's
if
it.
you're talking about brown, we don't know 100% for sure.
I had my first haircut in over a year today. Can you believe it?
Holy crap.
And I've only had one haircut in about 5 years. And a
really?
lot came off. All right, let's
Oh,
move on.
man.
So, rest in peace, David McCallum.
Yeah. Good chap.
part of our childhood.
He was
Yes.
Scottish, would you believe?
Yep.
Yeah.
Was he Glasgow, I do believe.
Glasgow, yes.
Yeah, Glasgow.
Wish Brian was here to tell us how to pronounce that.
Yeah,
Glasgow.
that'd be
Yeah,
great.
Glasgow.
Or the drinker, he'd be able to tell us.
Yeah.
He's from more Edinburgh way. Anyway,
Oh, is he?
okay, let's move on. I thought I'd just pop this in for the this popped in this week. I thought I'd put it in for the gamers. Some
I
happy
remember this.
27 years ago this week, everybody.
Cartridges. I remember.
What was your favourite N64 game? Panel?
It was one of the Mario Party games for me. My
Donkey
brother
Kong.
had this system when we were little kids, so I loved playing Mario Party all day, every day, and Mario Kart. I love those two types of games. I don't remember which
Mario
one
Kart was
exactly,
very
but I
good.
loved playing them.
Yeah.
Banjo
It was,
Kazooie was also very good.
it was
Oh,
this
yeah.
one though, wasn't it? That was the one.
GoldenEye.
Oh, and there was
yeah.
a Donkey Kong 64, and they even made a 64 that was like green and see-through for Donkey Kong. That was pretty fun too.
Oh my god!
I can remember
Donkey
just
Kong.
my tube TV, little tube TV playing the game on the Donkey Kong and stuff like that. So Crazy
Super
days.
Mario 64 was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was okay. I preferred the Mario Party
It's one of
ones
those
better.
that's it really like that's more context though. So because I remember when my stepdad had one of these, I think when he moved in with us, which is sort of
There you
my
go.
first experience of the N64,
Brilliant.
and like we also had a SNES, so I played a lot of the old SNES stuff as well. And if you know the jump in quality and the jump in gameplay and the complete transition in style from SNES Mario platforming games to Mario 64 is just huge. So for its time, you know, that was a tremendous development. And you know, it had a lot of GoldenEye is the one that's really commonly cited, but there are a number of others as well. It's sort of really proper 3D platforming games as opposed to the 2D side scrollers. It's sort of really the N64 just aced in every conceivable way. There's some good Star Wars games on it as well.
Rogue Squadron, Perfect Dark was really
Rogue
good.
Squadron.
Yeah, the Super Mario 64 was just beautiful to look at. Really, just but GoldenEye was just fantastic.
I never had an N64, although I do play like a majority of the games that I play are old games. So, but I don't know if any of them were on the N64. So I play a lot of King of Fighters from '97. I play a lot of Metal Slug, all of them actually. I play them on a daily basis. I play a lot of Doom also. So I think that was on the N64. I'm not sure.
I think I was working on nights at the time, and
You're too young.
yeah, GoldenEye was my life for about a month.
GoldenEye.
Also, like some of
What
the
a
best
game.
Zelda games as well. Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, they were both N64
Oh, that's
games.
right.
Yeah, the girlfriend at the time, she was massively into the Zelda games.
Man, the Zelda
My
games were
first
so
console,
fun.
the first one I got for me was the GameCube, so it was a little bit after this. But I think 'cause my great nan died at around this time, and I was given one object from her house that I could inherit. I went straight for the TV, which is this really old shit TV, but it had the start socket in the back. It's like, really?
Brilliant.
I don't really know her that well. Am I that sad?
God
She said, well,
bless.
probably should be, but she has a TV that I could play my N64 on now. So that's definitely for me.
Nice.
I've still got my GameCube. It's in the loft. A few games I've not even opened, so I might get
Really?
that out. Yeah.
I've still got my Commodore 64, mate.
Oh,
It's
wow.
in the cupboard
And on that
somewhere.
bombshell, let's
I have
move
a Wii.
on. What?
I
The
have a
Wii.
Wii. No,
Okay.
the Nintendo Wii.
She wants to go for a Wii.
Okay,
I'm gonna do it
so
live.
just a couple of kind of annoying stories. Did anybody see this picture?
Yeah, I saw it.
Just
Stop oil.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, on a plane.
Yeah. Then why are you flying on the plane, idiot?
Because
the-
boats are annoying to take. It makes the voyage long. Don't you understand? We gotta get there quick. We have to take
If-
the plane.
If you're anti-oil or petroleum, then flying should not be your first mode of transportation.
Listen, on her plane ticket, they probably
Listen.
gave her the carbon emission that she was doing, and she's probably just saying, "Oh, it's fine. You know, for one person, it's enough. That's it."
Has she got tats as well? Are they? Are the tats oil-based inks or is it water-based? I don't know.
No idea.
Who cares?
It's
No
the
idea.
hypocrisy that does me. I
And
don't.
she's
You know,
wearing like a man bun. That doesn't look
Does
like
that
how.
surprise you?
That's true. I'm just saying because and the guy next to her has a man bun too. They're wearing matching man buns.
I don't think it's a guy next to her, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
He's got a very masculine looking face.
Oh, they do nowadays.
I mean, do any of these people really count as men? I don't think there are any actual men involved in Just Stop Oil. They're all sort of this vague in between, like man bun, top not wearing wanker race of genderless dickheads.
I mean, my favorite Just Stop Oil video is the one with the trucker where he's like, "Oh, but that's cooking oil." This like you just hear him laughing. I don't know if you guys have seen that clip. So the people from the people from Just Stop Oil, they stop like a truck that's transporting oil without knowing that it's actually cooking oil, not fuel. The driver was just laughing at them.
Yeah,
idiots.
It will end up in tears. I don't think we're at the stage yet where one of these protesters is going to get killed or it's going to happen.
Just
possible. But like, I'm in favour. If I were made Prime Minister tomorrow, I would make it legal for drivers to install snowplows on the front of their cars for the purposes of clearing Just Stop Oil protests.
I would be down with that.
Pretty sure,
especially in Texas.
Texas,
yeah. You have a weekly pool at the bar. How many you guys get? You get a discount at the bar, and it's for a Friday night. And that's it.
Yeah. Okay. It's just the hypocrisy that does me. You know, that's what just fucking does me every time.
I think that's what does everyone. Is the absolute hypocrisy of those people.
The double standards of it all fucking does me.
People like this in general are mostly annoying because they don't even acknowledge that they are hypocrites, which is why
sheer double fucking
really
standards. Yeah,
frustrates everyone.
I hate it. Anyway,
there was a great interview in, I think it was Australian interview. So this Australian radio presenter was interviewing a teenage girl who was part of Just Stop Oil, or whatever the Australian equivalent is. And the girl was saying that I don't think you should be allowed to fly, even if it's for a holiday. Like, flying is going to destroy the planet. You shouldn't be allowed to do it. The radio presenter said, "Have you ever been on holiday?" And the girl said, "Yeah, last year." Radio presenter said, "How did you get there?" The girl said, "Fly." And she said, "Well, and where did you go?" "Well, Fiji," which is the example she gave of the place you weren't allowed to fly to. It's like, what are you talking about? But that's the mentality for so many of these people. They're all just overgrown, very small teenagers. They are fashion statements as much as anything. Just complete morons and really need to be bullied out of existence.
Yeah, they're just brainwashed. Here you go, average British nerd. The little platoon for Prime Minister. I'd vote for that. Yeah.
What is it? It's going to be Platoon versus what's his name? Richie Sunak. Is that his
Rishi
name?
Sunak.
I think Sunak's a little bit richer than the Lord, not by much, but
for now.
Listen,
for now.
Let Sunak get a divorce, and we'll see.
Here you go, Nicky Rellan, £2, real money, folks. The little Plowtoon. Very good. Very good.
That's what they could call you at night. That could be your night walking name.
Oh dear.
We'll get the last comment to Tom. Yeah, Tom, and I don't give a fuck about the hypocrisy. They fucked with the snooker. Yeah, bastards. It's not going to end up. It's going to end up in tears.
Logic.
You mark my words.
I mean, have any of them actually lost limbs or anything like that because of the glue
Not yet.
that they've been using?
I've
been
seen-
waiting on one of those.
I've seen a car try to drive over one of them once, and it just rolled, and she just rolled out of the way of the wheel, just by accident. It looked like, otherwise it would have been something really. So the people are not putting up with it anymore at all.
Final comment from me. The main thing that does my tit in is the fact that when you look at these protesters, the majority of them are old people, probably 60s, 70s.
Yeah, that's weird.
Who have used a lifetime of oil, energy, whatever. Hypocrites, every fucking single one of them.
This is what happens when hippies reach the retirement age.
That's true.
They just have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I can actually say that's true because I have an acquaintance that is about that age and was a hippie, and she's just getting more and more outrageous with her protesting on social media of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but didn't you do this back in the day? That's just kind of interesting.
Yeah. I know. Hypocrites, all the fucking lot of them. Anyway.
Yeah. Hypocritical.
Anybody see this? This is in London somewhere. Swappers, also women. This is it. Also women. Why don't men ask us out anymore? Okay, so this is what you're not allowed to do in London. So it says here: unwanted flirting, catcall, compliment, hug, joke, touching, little kiss, attention, staring, photo, drink, number, grinding. The fuck?
Don't come up to me and grind on
groping.
The street. Okay.
It's not wanted, everybody. There's even a barcode at the bottom just in case you're confused.
No, it's you can't stop people from flirting. You can't stop people from hugging.
I don't think
you can't stop people from joking.
Well, is there
flirting
on there? I don't know.
Well, yeah, it does say that, but like,
yeah,
okay,
flirting,
so I get like some of the stuff like walking up to somebody and grinding on them. Since when is that a thing outside of a club? Like grabbing, groping, okay, that's not okay. But like, what's wrong with flirting? If you shoot the person down, they leave you alone. No big deal.
Twerking's okay, obviously, because it's not on the list.
But you know what though? I hear this stuff on the radio every day. I mean, they are literally going full steams ahead with all this nonsense. Yeah, trying to persuade normies that this is the thing that they should be accepting now.
But
it's all bollocks.
A lot of young people don't even like care about this stuff. Like for a lot of us youngsters, most of this is just stupid.
Yeah, but they're making it law though.
Stupid. Well, but now like
that's why it's changing it.
This is the thing, right? They're making heterosexual males like more and more afraid to approach heterosexual females for fear that they're going to be ostracized from the community. It's like, oh, he gave me a look I didn't like. It's like, well, how did he know you were interested unless you shot him, you shot him down or said yes, right? I mean, you shouldn't be afraid to approach someone you think is attractive. Yes, you shouldn't be groping them and all of that, but there's nothing wrong with trying to make a play if, that's what people did back in the day. I don't understand this mentality.
Like it's really, really bad too, because I'm someone like I'm 21 and I'm someone who was very shy growing up. So if I would actually have to step up to ask a pretty girl out who wasn't in my school, so just a random person in the street, my hands would literally shake. So it would be horrible. And imagine that before knowing all of this that they're trying to input now. So people are never gonna go up to women anymore.
Traditionally, it was the male who would have to put himself on the line for, fear of rejection and stuff like that. 'Cause it's traditionally the male that did it, and whereas, is it going to be the women doing it now? Because they want equality, so they're going to be asking the men out, or they're just going to ask women out.
No, they'll hand you a consent form that you can sign, and then they'll grope you.
Yeah.
Oh, weirdly enough, I actually do that stuff because, like, I use Tinder and stuff to just, one night stands and whatnot. And so, like, I prepare like a contract, man. We're signing something. I don't want to get
because didn't you hear that? There was a movement a couple of years ago where they said to get signed written consent before having sex with someone so they can't accuse you of taking advantage of them. I'm trying not to say the R word, but
I'm telling you, I try and get it in a written statement. I try and get on videos like, yo, this has to be clear proof that this is consensual.
I'm sorry, you try and get what on video?
Wait.
That sounds more like Little Platoon's weekend.
More importantly, Tom in the chat, I want a corned beef and pickle sandwich. Oh, I love corned beef. Even
I love corned beef too.
Yeah, corned beef.
Wait, you're vegan though, right?
I am. I've not had it for 4 years. I've not had corned beef either. Moving on.
I never thought I'd find myself in the position of quoting Family Guy, but there is one Family Guy quote that's kind of relevant, which is it 33 no's and a yes means a yes?
Yes! Yes, that was it was from a fake Bond clip, and it was supposed to be Sean Connery. Remember, fellows, or remember, guys, 33 no's and a yes is a yes. It was so great.
It's this contract. I mean, is it like Disney that you own their digital likeness as well?
Yeah.
Rest for the night.
You can make your own AI like porn movie or whatever.
Okay, in the interest of fairness, I will admit to this. When I was a lot younger, I got catcalled by a car full of girls.
Were they blind?
And
I was going to say, were they really drunk?
Hush.
It's a terrible thing to say. Sorry.
Sorry.
It was terrible. Sorry. Carry on, mate. Carry on.
you don't get that on Nerdrotic, folks.
Oh dear.
I didn't like it, believe
Why
it or
not?
not.
Were
'Cause
they
it-
good
I-
looking?
Yeah, I just think it caught me off guard, and they caught me at a vulnerable moment.
Girl, don't look at my pee-pee or my butt.
I felt so vulnerable. So I totally understand it. I get it, but how are we supposed to procreate and all that stuff? I
Why
don't
won't
know.
you get this advert here? What? How do you get this? It's absolute nonsense. It really is absolute rubbish. It shouldn't even be
It's
on.
it's programming from above. Yeah,
It's absolute nonsense. Shouldn't even be on this lamppost at all.
Yeah, I mean it's
Bollocks.
proper. It's proper nonsense. That's the thing. It's like it's not even a comprehensible level. It's like, so what? How do you expect me as a man, as a guy wanting to spend the night with a girl? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to like just appear with a lawyer next to me each time?
Yeah.
What is this?
that's the next thing, mate.
No, they
It's-
want you to be. They want you to be. Or no disrespect. They want you to be a different influence of sexuality. That's what they want you to be.
Well, probably only the lawyers are going to profit from this. Probably.
they want to
The lawyers-
eradicate.
yeah, the lawyers always do, don't they?
No, I
They wanna
don't even
eradicate
think it's that. I don't even think it's a particular war on heterosexuality by homosexuality. I mean, the gay people are probably the most overt and transgressive flirters you would imagine. Like, no gay person will sign up for this particular thing. What it principally is, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct in this. This has been designed by single upper middle class women in their maybe late 30s in HR departments of City Hall. And this is the kind of thing that sort of predominates in that culture. Young people don't tend to go in for it because young people just make mistakes all the time and they're really clumsy, and that's what happens. It takes a certain kind of person of a certain age with a certain lack of success behind them to start coming up with this long list of social transgressions. It is very, very, very much a upper middle class professional woman complaint list.
It is, mate. Sorry,
I see this as a 30 to 40 somethings, woman of that stature. And it's all about making the heterosexual male afraid or paranoid to hit on them because they don't want to feel objectified.
Rennie, are you available to read a super chat? I don't know if this is good or bad.
It's bad.
Nikki Relihan says, I will happily procreate with
£5.
Reniel's supposed husband. Sorry to disappoint, but he only has male reproductive organs. I can attest to that because I just got to
Easy.
play with him again this morning.
Calm down.
Jesus.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Is that a strike?
How's the lamb, dear?
I'm sure it's pretty good because he's been fairly quiet, so he might be passed out on the couch.
Okay. Have you had mint with the lamb?
No, he
minted
had
gravy.
mashed potatoes
And
and some
minted
other
gravy.
vegetables and
Oh,
rosemary.
you're making me
Lots of
hungry.
rosemary.
You're making me hungry.
Okay, so unwanted, not okay, blah blah blah. Fuck off.
That is not okay, in my opinion. Oh my God, who's that?
Speaking of fuck off,
Jesus.
who's that? Here you
Oh,
go.
look at that little cutie.
No.
Who's that little
Fill your
cutie?
boots in, fill us in. What's been going on in the life of the
God almighty.
Mega Geek and his school tie?
I won an award. I won 2 awards actually for
What?
That was a 7-minute
Yeah.
prologue.
Congrats,
You haven't
man.
seen it, you should watch it. That's all I can say.
I don't remember who was
Subscribe.
asking this. I think it was Iceman, but this is proof he's not
Doctor.
bald.
I'm not bald. No, I'm getting there though. But I'm not bald now.
What was the award for? Worst tie or
It
worst
was,
fitting suit? Or
It was good-looking chap from England. I think
Oh,
it was the award. No, it was outstanding thriller and best actress in an outstanding
here you
thriller.
go. Chat's on it. Here we go. Look,
they'll all give you
one,
one.
one.
Nice. The chat's saying you're
Excellent.
bangable, Ian.
Excellent.
Here you go.
It's shit. Brilliant.
Do you know, I generally, guys, our chat is fantastic, guys.
They are. They are.
You
pretty
are
awesome.
the best. You
And
are
I
the
would,
best.
I would say you're the best if you do subscribe to my channel and you do watch my stuff. I'd say you're fucking awesome. That's what I would say if you do that. So there you go. That's my plug.
Punch the face. One after 12 pints.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
That's an expensive night.
Yeah. One.
Sorry,
She's
chat
got the
movement. Here we
noughts.
go. Actually, the Megageek. It's
Me.
me. Have you had
Excellent.
Botox, Ian?
No. Why would I have that?
We look like you've not got a line on your head at all. So you must have had
No.
Botox.
No. We're Diaz family's blessed with that. We live long and we don't look our age. Not even my
You
mum
and
looks
your
her age.
sister have aged very well. You both look
Yeah.
great. I
Yeah,
will
we
say
don't-
that.
We don't age for some reason. But
Black don't crack.
Black don't crack.
Indeed.
Thanks, Adam. Thank you.
Adam Jones. Great to see new faces as well. Hello, Adam. Well done, Ian.
It was fun. And they
Okay.
got us as well. It was cool.
Oh, that's not
Nice.
nice, Adam.
It's terrible.
Okay, so is there going to be anything coming off the back of? Oh, here we go. Sorry, this is top modding. Here you go, Bijou. There's Ian's channel. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You can give him one all you want on his channel.
That's right. Absolutely.
Side of feats, like an IT consultant cosplaying as a schoolboy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so is there anything coming off the back of these awards then? Hopefully, anything going to happen? Or
Well, I did get a substantial. Somebody actually donated some money, which is quite nice. It was a substantial amount. So I'm using that to shoot next week.
Awesome.
So
Nice.
where are we at then with? There is a link to Ian's. I think that Ian's GoFundMe in the description. I put one in every week. Where are we at then with Rebecca Gold?
Well, I've shot 3/4 of it, and I've
Yeah.
still got a lot more to do. So, but it's getting there. Hopefully, it'll be finished by the middle of next year. It's just really difficult because I have to work around the actors, so because they've got work as well, and I've got work as well. So we just have to work around life.
Didn't
it's taking so long.
Starbuck win an award too?
Yeah, she did. Ella won best actress in a thriller, which I have to give her award when I see her next.
Does she
Yeah, she
know
knows.
she's won it yet?
Yeah, she
What was her reaction?
Well, she said it was great, apparently, on my text.
And then she went,
say
"See
on
ya."
my text? No, no. She's yeah. She seems to be happy. So it's gonna
Were
be
there
not bad
were
for
there
first
lots of
role.
other overseas like people at the award show?
Yeah, there was someone from New Zealand, one from Australia, one from what is it? Africa, would you believe? There were loads of different people from
So
different.
from everywhere, yeah.
Yeah. It's a big thing, even though it's not publicized. It's a big thing. It's quite big, actually.
Here you go, Tom. Megageek often says what I'm thinking. It's
dear.
shit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I try
Okay,
to be positive.
Yeah. All I can say, well done, mate.
Cheers. Appreciate
Yeah, so
Did
proud
you-
of you.
Did you have
Congratulations.
any expectations going there?
Not really. I mean, I didn't. I was nominated for best director, but I didn't get it. I was beaten by somebody else. But I didn't realize I was nominated for 3. So when I got this award, I was really chuffed. I was like, oh, great! I did come away with something. So that's quite
Aw.
cool. Yeah.
Well done, mate.
No, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
happy for you when I saw those pics. So I was like, oh, that's so great.
Yeah. Also follow Rebecca Gold on Instagram. You know, that's how I got news of all of
Yes.
this.
Do it.
Let's move on.
And finally, oh no, yes,
This happened this week. Oh, so
Yep.
I will say this: we found out this week.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it was a
Tim,
month or so ago, wasn't it? I think.
Tim, I like saying this. Hannebohm.
it's probably smiling from heaven.
Yeah.
This genuine, and obviously it's not about me, but waking up, looking at your twats, and this is the first thing you see, and it's like, oh, Tim, for fuck's sake.
Yep.
Yeah. I found out from Uninspired and I had to share with you guys because I was like, oh my God, that's going to tear everybody up on the panel because, we all knew Tim from the chat and we didn't know him very well. But, he had the best one-liners. He always made us laugh and he was always here. We had no idea that he was struggling with some major issues and some demons, and just broke my heart to find out that morning.
Yep.
A lot of people are, though. There are a lot of people struggling with their inner demons, and the best thing you can do is ask for help. But a lot of people find it really hard to ask for help, don't they? So
that's the thing, when you ask for help, or if you're having some mental issues, people look at you like you're crazy. At least in America, so it's like, oh, you're seeing a counselor, you must be crazy, or a therapist, you must be crazy. It's like, no, sometimes people just can't deal with stuff and they don't know where else to turn, and it just breaks my heart that he felt like he had nowhere else to go.
I mean, like for me, it was a bit weird because me and Tim, we've been speaking on a daily basis for what, like a bit of like a little under a year, I guess.
Yeah,
or
I know
over a
you
year.
really got on really well with him. Yeah.
Yeah, and
there is a link to the. I think I pinned it on the pinned message as well.
Yeah, it is on the pinned one.
There is a link also to make a donation to
his family.
Yeah. And so yeah, I mean, like I spoke with him on a daily basis. I even like checked our messages. Last time I spoke with him was like less than a week before the date. So I was like, he did speak about some stuff, but it's the same way you speak to anyone about some stuff. So yeah, it's been hard on me because maybe I could have known or something, but it's not good to have thoughts like that either. So,
Ego Hostman, a link to Suicide Prevention Resource Center. There you go, folks. Also,
the other little bit just on that. So, I think quite a few people around here will have been in pretty dark places to varying different degrees, and quite often. The thought of going to some official channel, some official prevention center is itself kind of off-putting because it seems so professional and distant, and you don't it's not personal or anything like that. But so just to take Tim's example, the number of people who will say, having learned this, well, if I'd known I would have done something, or I might have been able to do something, is the thing I think to sort of push and get across. That's the fact that no one is actually on their own through all of this. You don't actually need necessarily to go to this depersonal, professionalized thing. What you need is friends. What you need is a community of people who will be there to listen to you just for a casual chat, not a big thing. You don't have to make a drama out of it. But if you know people you can go to the pub with, if you've met people online in communities like this, people you correspond with on Twitter, just ask them to chat. Don't even make it a big deal. But those are your first ports of call. And it's not necessarily going to help all the time, but knowing is, everyone wishes they had known because everyone would have been able to try at least to do something. And the fact that there will be hundreds of people just in this chat who are sitting there basically thinking the same thing is proof that you are not, if you're going through something similar to this, on your own.
Yep. 100%. And it's like, for me, it was just unexpected because, I mean, we went from talking daily basically to not talking at all. And then I was a bit weird because he told me before that he wanted to take some time off, that he may be going on vacation or something. So when he wasn't replying to my texts or my emails, I just assumed that maybe he's on vacation. Like he's just
because he was here regular as clockwork.
But also,
I was wondering why.
Did he not?
Sorry,
Sorry, did he not work for TV as well?
Yeah, he
Yes,
did.
I was going to say he was a writer, wasn't he, guys?
Yeah, he was. He was.
Yeah, he was the writer of the Trailer Parks Boys Countdown to Liquor Day screenplay. He wrote an episode of the TV series Crawford. He wrote Say Goodnight to the Bad Guys TV movie and 2 episodes of the Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, he was one of like the people that started the Trailer Park Boys, because they were all his friends. He used to tell me this, like so all of the Trailer Park Boys people were his friends because they're all from Nova Scotia in Canada.
Yeah.
And so like that's why he was so close with the Trailer Park crew and managed to make it. And yeah, like Tim has an IMDb page. He was even getting into animation. He had a show that was greenlit. It was a kids animation show that was greenlit not too long ago too. And yeah, man, he was working on a lot of stuff. He was even working on one with me. We were making an animated TV show too.
There's been there was going to be a Get in the Bin tonight because there's been stuff going on in the UK kind of connected with this, and I just lost my fucking shit over it because the highest rates of self-ending is it's males, isn't it? 40s and 50s, and there's just certain types who just dismiss such things because it's just toxic white fucking males. Yeah, and it's directly connected with this GB news stuff. I've been fucking raging all week about this, and how desperate Tim was to just go to the woods and just self-end. It's just desperate. It's just sad. And these snipey little shits, they just don't give a fuck about, the real cost of what comes out of their mouth. It's just this week I've just found with the media in the UK just disgusting. Absolutely fucking disgusting. But anyway.
Take care of yourselves and speak to whoever you need to speak to, even if you don't want to talk about that problem outright. Just take a moment and relax. I've been there.
Yeah, I have as well.
A couple of times.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, when you're feeling like that, you don't always feel like reaching out to someone, or you just want to be alone. You just isolate and you feel like nobody will understand you. And it breaks my heart that nobody saw the signs, but it's hard to see them because you put on that front and you act normal to your friends and family, but some of them will see like this person's acting weird, but maybe he was able to put on such a front that they didn't realize he was that bad off. And
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. The Tim that you guys knew from the chat is let's just say that his enthusiasm was 100 times greater even when you spoke with him privately. So Tim was awesome on and off screen.
I'm just so honored that somebody connected with Hollywood actively joined us on a Sunday night. I live in the middle of fucking nowhere, in a small village in the middle of fucking nowhere. And he, wanted to, be welcomed to, in commas, my house, as it were. So it's just, as I said, it's just great to see the chat. It's just great. It's just a great experience all round. And
I also
on.
think it's important to actually not only talk on Facebook and stuff like that with people that you think, that people that actually need your attention because they're going through stuff like that. But it's also important to actually meet as well in person, because that makes a big difference as well, I think. I know a lot of people that was slightly depressed, and not as much as obviously Tim, but I did go out my way to meet them you know, even people that I never met on Facebook, I went out of my way to meet them. I think that's really important to actually meet people in physically. That's what I think, because then they get to, I don't know, I think it makes a difference. I don't know what I'm saying to you.
No, I agree with you. I think a sense of care does help because, you know, when you're in that state of mind, you sometimes feel like no one would care if I'm gone anyway. So who cares, you know, and at least your mind does go there, you know, at some point. And so I think if he had felt like he was well cared for, maybe he wouldn't have felt that way. But that's not, you know, his friends or family's fault. He just may have felt that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
a lot of people in the chat saying physical activity works. Well, it does, but I would just say in 2019, even though I would go to the gym, cycle, all the usual stuff, there was a time during 2019 towards the end of the year that I did consider killing myself on a daily basis because I'm just so fucking low. I didn't even know I was really depressed until the boss got me in at work one day and said, "You all right?" I says, "How do you mean?" He says, I can tell all the signs of a functioning depressive, you know, when you're just functioning. Yeah. And I didn't even realize. And then, I just thought it was normal. I just thought it was normal to want to kill myself 5 times a day.
Yeah. And, you know, being a goth chick, that's, you know, kind of how, you know, you feel anyways, is like everything sucks and, you know, your whole world is pain, you know, at least at a certain point in time. And so it's just like, you know, I don't know. You just feel like...
Yeah, you feel like there's nothing that you can do. You feel like it's just you against the world and nothing can help you. And I mean, I've been there. It's the reason why I started my YouTube channel, was to distract me.
One of them, like, for me, mate, yeah.
I was just like completely once I closed my eyes at night before going to bed, I'd envision myself just gone at least 500 times before going to bed each night.
Yeah.
And this was just a year and a half ago, but you can make it out of it, you know. Just have to try and change that mindset, surround yourself with great people, and that's it, you know. You just need a change of perspective most of the time.
Here you go, Daniel. Is it Ish? Hello, Daniel. About a decade ago, with the wrong kind of courage, I'd have done something irreversible too, yeah.
Here's the thing also, just on the positive side. So, like, a lot of people will remember Tim from this chat. A lot of people will only be in this chat because, you know, Tim was in a lot of other people's chats. He was a great connector of people to people, of like-minded people. He was in my chats basically since the beginning. He was on B-Sub. He's been here. He's pretty much everywhere anyone here has been. Tim has not only been there himself, but he's also brought a lot of other people there. Like, was a great community builder. But one function of community, like the extension of community, is that community is supposed to do a little bit more sometimes than, you know, it's nice to hang out with each other, but it's also important to look out for each other. So this is a great start because it gets people in a communal space. We're all talking about shared interests and shared likes and dislikes. And it's more than just having a little bit of fun. It is also about, you know, building connections, building friends, and looking out for each other. And I think, you know, that's why, yeah, anyone who's on Twitter, I'm on Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter. My DMs are open. Just, you know, if you want to chat about anything, I'm a random stranger on the internet, but sometimes that casual thing can help. And it's an extension of the kind of thing that Tim did to say, well, yeah, this community is actually kind of important. And it brings, you know, happiness and joy to people's lives. And the more we can do that, the better.
That's a great message, Ben. I really am touched by all the care and kindness in the chat. It's really, really nice. So you guys are awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
I just wished Tim would have reached out, because this has been, I know we've none of us have met him in person, but this, you know, when something just really gets you unexpected.
Yeah, I completely know what you mean, man. Like, I mean, Tim and myself were even planning to see each other if I could go and make it to Canada and everything. So the news did hit very, very hard out of nowhere too, especially in the morning. Once you wake up and you see something like that, you're just like, no, you don't believe it.
Anyway, okay. I will just say, I did write some notes. I will just say, rest in peace, Tim. I like saying this. I always did. Hannebohm. March 29, 1960 to July 22nd, 2023. Rest in peace, mates.
Thank you for all the laughs, Tim. I'm sorry,
Rest in
Brown.
peace, Tim.
I will just say, people like Ava Santina Evans, not good. Not good. Not good. I want to go off both barrels, but I won't, out of respect for Tim.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it. I think I've got one super chat to do, folks. Well, it'd be rude not to do it.
Who be that then? Oh,
Wolfsbane for $5. I got catcalled / flashed by 3 women once. Oh, here we go. Considering I was 10 years old at the time, they were shortly arrested.
wow.
Wow.
Damn, dude.
Damn.
You know, it honestly does not bother me if, like, because I mean, I don't know. I'm very loyal and I love my husband. You know, it makes me feel good about myself to know that someone else finds me attractive. But if they, of course, take it to the next level, that's not okay. But if somebody's going to check you out or think you're good looking and tell you that, then hey, that's just a nice confidence boost for the time. But like I said, you know, it's like when you get to the groping and grinding part, which I've never seen anybody grind on anyone outside of a
Or the
club,
twerking.
then, you know, that's when it gets a little too far, you know? So no touchy.
You go, folks. Iceman Dad Doctor, did we do in the bin already?
No.
I took the in the bin section out because
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do that. The plan was to do it after this stream, but it's bedtime now. So
Can we say that James Gunn is honorarily in the bin because he's a real piece of
Yeah.
shit? He's shit.
we will try if hopefully I can get the Lord and a couple of the kind of intellectual heavy hitters to do that. So we'll try and do that at some point this week because I have got a lot to say about what's been going on this week. So I think that is it.
It is.
In fact, I know it's it. So
Yeah.
chat, you are wonderful. Steady numbers tonight, really. You know, 3 years ago, if I'd have thought we could have literally 150 people watching this shite, I'd have been cartwheeling. So guys, you are the best, but then you already know that. So I will thank the guests from the top, the boy wonder himself, Little Platoon. Cheers, Lord. And his
Oh, sorry, no, I've got a new mouse with like 15 new buttons on it, and I don't know which one does which. I hit the wrong one. Thank you for having me as always.
How's the computer going? Is it fixed?
It's fixed. It's working. Yeah, I got the computer's back. It's all fine. I've got a new keyboard. I think it's German. There's a downshift button, which I don't know what it does, and then lots of German words, which I don't understand, but apparently it's really good. So yeah, it's all working nicely.
German words.
9. Rainy L, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown, for having me as always. Thank you, panel. It's great chatting with you guys as always in chat. You guys are awesome. And thank you for all the love and care today, especially. So that's all I got.
Z, are you available, mate?
I am. Nikki Relihan in the chat for £2 says, wonderful panel, wonderful chat. XO.
Aww.
X.
Oh.
He obviously likes his beef. He obviously likes his beef stock cubes.
Yeah.
Z, thank you, my friend.
Oh, it's always a pleasure.
Always
Mr.
great
Brown.
to have you on. You know that.
Great to have the panel on as always, and our wonderful people in the chat. I hope to see you all again on Wednesday when we do the finale of Ahsoka.
Gordon Bennett.
I'm filling for time here. Princess Fiona bonus show tomorrow. We'll try and fit that in. I need to ask people, but there'll be a little quick bonus show with me effectively venting my spleen, as it were, which I don't do often.
So you're going to have a live surgery?
Stop spoiling it. Uninspired reviewer, great to have you on, my friend. Genuinely great to have you on, mate.
An absolute pleasure. I always love coming on, Mr. Brown. Well,
Sorry?
not in that way.
Oh, dear.
Not the right thing to say.
Jesus.
Not the right thing to say.
Jesus.
Well, he did top my life
That's what he
stream
said.
cherry, so
Genuinely, it's great to have you on, mate.
a pleasure to be here.
A youth who's wise beyond his years. And
Thank
A
you.
youth.
speaking of
Youths.
last but by no means least, here he is, folks. The wise elder of the channel, you know the rest, all that shit. It is the Megageek himself, Ian David Diaz.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no worries, guys. I just like to say the chat is fucking awesome. So
It's
oh,
generally been
Yeah.
a fight. It's been one of the better shows this evening. I think top 10 show tonight, folks. Been a good one.
Yep, it has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is it. We'll beast up tomorrow, yes, Lord. You're back, yes.
Yeah, I believe we are, yes. And I might
Don't-
even have a video as long as this fucking copyright thing gets done. But Beat Up should be on and the video may be out. I'm not sure.
Don't lose the audience, mate.
Fingers crossed for you, bro.
Beast up tomorrow, everybody. As I said, we've got a bonus show to do before Ahsoka, but we're definitely back on Wednesday, roasting the shit out of
Brown.
Ahsoka. You would, anyway. Okay, so I'll leave you with this.
Rest in
and
peace.
Rest
I
in
think
peace.
that's it.
Tim.
We'll see you next time, everybody. Rest in peace. Tim, I like saying this. Hannebohm. Take care, everybody. Tell you bye.
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 Bye.